What is up, everyone? How is everyone doing on this fantastic Tuesday night? Now, first off, I want to apologize. Looks like... Yeah, what the hell is that? All right, everybody. Welcome to IC. No.
Oh, boy.
We're off to a great start. Well, first off, I do want to apologize. For some reason, so we use Streamlabs OBS. Streamlabs was having some kind of an issue. Yeah. Well, I've been using this one for like quite some time. But I will say we had a couple of issues. We ended up getting those fixed, so that's good. But hey, thank you so much for the follow. It's Curtis.
Oh, I got it.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, you do that every time we get a follow, so I think you kind of got to pick it up and keep going. But anyway, so we did have a couple of issues, but we're good now. Looks like we tried going live like twice at 7:30 and like 7:02, but like or 7:32, but it just wasn't working.
7:32.
What are you guys doing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it, Dan.
Just continue your shit.
That was very sensible.
So as I talk, you guys will watch.
You guys need to leave for a minute. Like, are we okay?
Oscar and us don't get to sit by each other.
Just remember,
Anyway.
this is supposed to be kid-friendly content.
No,
There's nothing wrong with feeding your best friend. Okay, come on.
No, we definitely
Like
have to mature.
that.
We have to mature.
I know, we're definitely
totally mature.
We're totally mature. Yes. Says I to you, we are mature.
Totally mature.
We're mature, guys.
No, you want to know mature? You want to know what I brought?
We'll see.
I brought Dino Nuggies.
Oh,
Yes.
there we go.
Dude, that sounds actually pretty fire.
I also got some
Yeah, could I actually have
mustard
one?
sauce.
I'm on
Alright, so
keto,
where
but I'll
are
have
we
one.
at?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
You can peel
Okay.
off the bread.
I haven't. Oh, no, I'm going to eat the bread. just don't tell Kayla.
Kayla.
But no, all that to say though. So thank you guys for joining us again for another fantastic stream. We are going to be kicking this off tonight without our good friend Zatu. Unfortunately, Zatu has to work late, which is very, very sad. He went ahead and told us here literally last minute. Like this is like it happened about like 20 minutes ago, and apparently he got called into work and he has to work late. Like I get it, it happens, so we're not upset about it. But we are going to be pressing forward. So first things first. I am curious if you guys noticed anything interesting about me.
Your vest.
Yeah, you're wearing a vest.
Oh my god, you guys know this. I'm wearing this amazing Victorian style vest. If you see, has very
Jesus
luscious
Christ.
patterns on it.
I can only see the
What is this, a
patterns.
fucking
if I'm looking
fashion
up
show?
there.
Yeah, well, you can see the pattern, like, it has very, very nice pattern. It's very floral. Actually, so the funny story, I wore this, like, New Year's Eve, and I was wearing it out and actually got, like, 2 compliments on it. Because they're like, wow, that looks like so, like, pristine, like, so Victorian. I'm like, thank you.
If you're fishing for compliments, you came to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Well, you
Looks
know
like
what,
shit.
guys?
I think you're just missing that pocket watch and the chain.
Well,
With it.
so actually, I've considered doing. I'm not even gonna lie. I've considered doing this
Ah.
because it would be so cool to have like a little pocket watch and chain. Cause I have the where is it? I have the little pocket right here.
Yeah.
So I can do a little pocket watch chain that comes out. Dude,
You have
I
a top hat.
well,
Put some-
I wear
some
I wear the
mirrors on it?
fedoras. I wear the fedoras. So you know, not the top hat. The top hat to me that's like a little outrageous. I can't do the top.
Too much.
Yeah, it's a little too much.
Okay.
It's too much for like for me being a millennial in today's world. That would just feel like I feel like I was appropriating like like the English people. Like I just don't want to do that. Yeah, it's just not right. Like
He
it's
doesn't
just
want
not
to be
right.
canceled.
Yeah, I don't want to be canceled. I like being me. I like being me.
Oh, speaking of canceled, did you guys hear that Justin Roiland is now kicked off of Rick and Morty?
Oh, that's been news, my guy.
Whoa,
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Since, well, they were talking about it, but I think it was confirmed today, though.
Oh, was it like
No.
a nice
Yeah.
adjective?
No.
Yes, 100%.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he is Justin Roiland, who voices Rick and Morty. on
Like
Rick and Morty.
90% of the characters
Yeah.
in Rick and
They
Morty.
were
Why?
letting him go because of his alleged domestic abuse, which happened apparently years ago, which doesn't make it any better, obviously.
Right.
But
right.
the
if
trial
it's-
hasn't even started. There has been no verdict to whether he is guilty or not guilty. And Adult Swim has just cut ties with him, and they said we're going to continue Rick
It's like
and
what they
Morty.
did with Johnny Depp.
Well,
Everybody canceled him off of everything.
yeah. So, but they are going to continue Rick and Morty without Justin Roiland. Which
But
makes
he
no
voices
sense. Yeah,
half. There's one of my favorite episodes is just him.
It literally
take it out with Adult Swim. I don't know.
Oh
what to
my
tell.
god! So the Atlantis episode, like that was one of my favorite episodes. He voiced everyone.
Yep.
Literally not a single voice in there was not him, dude.
Well.
Oh my god. Well, to be honest with you though, like it kind of started to like die off here. Like season 5 was like okay, so like
After season 4,
Do you watch Rick and Morty?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
We already
It
had,
is-
we had this guy when he went to my house before this. We already had this. conversation.
That's terrible, dude. That's terrible.
So my
Well,
question is gonna be kind of where you guys are at.
Oh, yeah,
We
okay,
knocked on your door.
whoa,
Yeah, we
so,
heard you slithering by.
yeah, actually, so we'll get into that. So actually, let's go ahead and bring it back in really quick. So leaving the drama of today's society behind, let's just go ahead and dive right back into where we were. So let's go ahead and do a quick recap, and I'll hand it back over to you guys. You can fill in everyone else on anything else I might have missed. So, in last session, what you guys were doing is exploring a little bit more of this dungeon, going into the lesser and the deeper parts of the sewers. As you guys end up getting the key from the what you ended up finding out, Oscar or Dino rather, is actually some Thieves Guild members. You end up getting the key and opened up the door and went down into this staircase that ended up taking you guys into this very, very, very toxic area. Like the second you guys went downstairs, you started kind of like having your sinuses burn, and in certain parts your lungs start to kind of get irritated. And then it turns out literally the entirety of this down the stairs area of the sewer is just acid. Everything down there, whenever you're breathing, is just basically painful. Now you guys realize that there was a way to kind of contain it, keep it away from you. You guys end up kind of inventing your own little face mask while you're down there, but all it did was really give you advantage and give you a lesser chance of really inhaling and taking the damage of all this like toxic acid that was down there. And as you guys ended up going through, you ended up deciding that, or just not deciding, but finding out that there's this entire area off to the side. It's just basically covered in just acid all the way across and all the way through, like a pool of it. As you went down the hallway, you realized that all the doors were like locked, and like the locks were just gone. There was no actual locking mechanism that you could pick or anything like that. You saw little tiny holes underneath the doors where it looks like tiny gaps. And I believe, Dino, you realized that they're actually on hinges, almost like kind of hooked off to the top of the door.
Mhm.
So it didn't seem like there was really any way to open them. It was almost like they were just sealed for some reason. And as you guys end up going through there and discovering what looked like some soul slits inside of this room off to the far end, you end up having a discussion as to what would you do next. Well, one of you, and I believe that was actually you, right, Edard?
Well, if you
One of you ended up going off over to this little like hole at the end of the hallway. So you end up going off to this hole in the end of the hallway and looking through this little hole, and you saw what looked like a homeless man that was like sleeping in the sewers, basically just straight up die and then kind of be resurrected immediately and turned into this spectral image. And then you end up going over there, Dino, and have Spectre kind of pass through you. As the rest of the group kind of regroup to try to figure out what's going on, a swarm of rats end up sneaking up behind Zatu, and you end up having a bunch of specters, not a bunch, but like a specter come out of the wall, and you guys had this brawl. And then, unfortunately, Edard ended up kind of losing control there and went into this crazy form, just going into the acid and just going insane. Well, you guys barely got away with your lives after a couple of you got knocked. Mm-hmm. And as you guys end up taking more acid damage, kind of trying to figure out what you're going to do, everyone just sprinted out of there and immediately started going upstairs to regroup and figure out what exactly to do next. So I know that's what you guys were doing, and I know that based off the one shot that we were doing, you basically went down there and were experimenting in a couple of the vents, and you ended up going into a room that was basically empty except for some chests and everything like that. Went back up and started going through the hallway into another room. And when you got into this other room, you ended up, finding a specter. You ended up defeating the specter in 1v1 combat.
Yep.
Which is so. I just want to make sure this is known really quick. You 1v1 the specter.
Okay.
The party
Got their ass
of
kicked.
4 people almost died to a specter and a couple of rats.
I will say-
I 1v1 a horde of rats and a specter.
And him.
I will say they were not fighting just a specter.
They were not fighting just a specter.
Given there
okay.
was you too, but it was still pretty astonishing that all this.
We were fighting off the bubonic plague, Ghost of Christmas Past, and then that's what we were doing.
I don't disagree with you. Sorry, guys. I'm still getting over this this cold that I have. So I'll cough a couple of times intermittently, but it's not going to be nearly as bad as last time.
COVID.
But that's not COVID. All that to say, though, you guys end up regrouping immediately upstairs and just trying to get out of there. That way you could actually breathe and not be in fear of dying. Now,
Potions that I take.
anything else you guys want to add?
The only reason I almost died is because of the thing that you did to me.
Oh, I took 7.
The temp HP from the
Yes.
session beforehand.
Yes, me personally
Yes,
attacking
it was you. It was
Totally
personal attack.
not the Spectre. Never underestimate the rats. You're not wrong. Well, so here's the thing. The rats themselves, man, were a CR 1/4.
Yep.
And the party, like, it was funny. Like, the rats jumped on, like, one person. Both swarms of rats jumped on one person. And then basically the rest of the party just, like, and just, like, separated. And then somebody went to go fight the Spectre. Another person went off and just jumped into the acid that turned to a threat. The other person went and started running off in the corner while a swarm of rats were, like, eating one of the wizards. I can't make this shit up. You should totally go back and watch it. I was kind of blown away, honestly. Like, I didn't... Never would I imagine a CR1 and then 2 CR 1/4 would basically lead to a possible TPK. Like, but you guys survived. You survived. Barely.
Fine.
Yeah,
Fine.
but by the skin of your teeth, you survived. But anything else you guys want to add before we go ahead and jump in?
I think you covered it pretty well there.
I think we're pretty good.
Well, there we go.
Yeah.
So we'll go ahead and jump right back in, but we're not going to jump into you guys. We're actually going to jump into
me?
Kai first. So when we last left your adventure, you guys were going upstairs, scattering, and barely getting away from the acid. And as you guys end up heading up that way, the DM just outplayed the party. Could be, but who knows? I don't. But as you guys end up scattering up the stairs, getting away from the burning acid that was in the air, from the specters and the rats that you just defeated, you go to Kai.
Okay.
Now, Kai, as you were standing in your room right over there after just being a couple swarms of rats and taking a little bit of a rest, you end up hearing what sounds like panic and chaos just completely ensuing in the hallways and just scattering feet, just sprinting away as fast as it possibly can.
Okay. So last I remember, I was trapped in the room. I couldn't actually get out.
Right.
So
enough time has passed at this point that you're able to actually change forms.
well, correct. I still need to go out the same way I came in.
It's up to you, but you do have your you took your short rest. You're able to get your change forms back.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that I'm at that.
Absolutely.
So like I'm gonna realistically see if I can open the door again manually without having a wild shape.
Right, and then you're gonna run to the same issue. You're
Okay,
unable to
cool.
open the
Just
doors.
want to make sure.
The doors on your end as well do not have any hinges. Do not have any locks.
Okay. So realistically, I'm gonna wild shape into another beautiful tiny spider, so I can squeeze underneath the door the same way I got in.
Okay. Sure. So go ahead and as you go ahead and wild shape into your spider, never crawling underneath the door. Somebody, damn it, I don't have it set for the chat yet. Somebody roll a d20 for me. So I need you guys in the chat to do this. Is actually like getting the roll d20 for the chat command set up because I really want the chat.
If you just come up, we just set some shit up. I'll get it done.
Okay.
Once you
Okay.
set it up
then-
on mine.
Yeah, you just we'll
We'll get that
do
done.
this in next session. So
I still can't log
I
in.
promise I'll have this set
It
up next
still
session.
has my
Yeah.
phone number flagged. It won't let me log in.
Yeah, and that's actually what we want to do, Lamp. We want to have the command roll so that way you
Yep.
guys can roll d20s for this.
Well, we'll get it up.
yeah, we'll
We
get
just
it up.
haven't had time.
12, anyways.
12 anyways. So as you end up turning in your spider form and crawling underneath that door, you're going to end up seeing what is the rest of the party just sprinting down the hallway and coughing and just like covering their faces and everything. And you see them literally just crawl around this rock and run upstairs. The spiders hiss?
I don't fucking know.
Yes, actually, some do. They're hissing spiders.
Really?
Yeah, that's true.
I thought they were
I'm like almost 100% positive.
my
I'm
cousin
like,
always told me they were barking
90%.
spiders, not hissing.
I think
spiders.
there's both.
Google.
That's okay. Anyways, so I'm basically just gonna crawl along the wall and follow them.
spiders
Okay.
hiss?
So you end up crawling your way along the wall.
Yeah.
And as you end up crawling your way along the wall, you're able to kind of see them, like, as you end up kind of crawling around this rock. They're all kind of squeezing around this rock.
Oh, can I add some flavor real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I would have left the room, I would have given a wink to the spider that was watching me the entire time.
How many eyes?
That was the boy spider.
We're gonna keep on Kai for a second.
I need to add this in real quick.
Sure.
When you're a spider, you need to purr, apparently.
I can't purse. That's not gonna work.
Because it says
I
many
can't
species
roll my
of
R's.
tarantulas make hissing sounds, and other spiders, like the wolf spider, produce a purring noise.
Well,
I think that's mostly from their mandibles like rubbing together.
that would make sense, yeah. Well, so as So as you end up kind of giving that wink, you actually notice that the other spider kind of acknowledges you.
Okay.
And then just kind of looks curiously at you. You see like all of its eyes just kind of like winking at you in sequence. Not really winking, but kind of like
A wave motion.
it's kind of like a wave motion at you. Like almost it's out of the ordinary, but it's kind of acknowledging that like you were kind of there and you took care of the rat problem for it.
Okay. Cool. And then I would have just left.
Okay.
And then I would have been and saw them and ran across
Okay,
the side.
so where are you crawling in the hallway? You're crawling on the floor? or-
No, I'm on the wall. So I'm basically.
So you're on the wall?
I'm on the side of the wall, kind of.
Okay,
follow wherever,
so as
whatever
that
direction
happens,
they're going.
I'm gonna need you is you're like crawling on the wall. Like how high up the wall are you?
Well, there was
I
one
already-
more door door between me and where I was.
Yeah, because when you went out of that door into the other room, you went like basically on the floor all the way across. Where you want to go? Are you wanting to like stay on the floor? Or you want to crawl up the wall? Or you want?
I want to be kind of in
ceiling?
the corner, like on the
Like the bottom corner
the
of the floor?
floorboard,
Okay.
basically. Like,
Okay.
but that like I'm not on the ground, so I can't get stepped on.
Okay.
But I'm on the side of the wall. But
Sure,
I'm
so
not-
kind of like the bottom edge.
Yeah.
Okay, so you end up following that bottom edge all the way over. You know, kind of making your way around that rock, and then seeing the kind of remnants of them just kind of like going up the stairs. You hear the echo and the kind of the coughing.
So I'm just following them.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna kind of chill when I catch up to them. Stay
Okay.
as a spider.
It's going to be about like a minute into this conversation is when you'll actually catch up.
That's fine.
All right, so going back to the party. So as you guys end up finally getting upstairs, getting your final coughs out, and feel like you can finally break off these face masks you kind of made up out of some loose material that you basically had in your bag. This is
Shirt.
yeah from your shirts, which you seem to never wear, but you have for some reason. I don't understand
Hey,
that entirely.
I don't pick what the starting equipment is. I mean, you sort of do, but
You kind of do.
every
but...
starting equipment comes with common
But
Choose
all
not
that to
have
say, though, as you guys are upstairs now, finally breaking off these face masks you made, trying to get out of the acidic part of the sewers, you feel like you're free.
Okay.
I don't know if that's real or you acting.
It's active.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
It's a little bit of
This
both.
is
We're
real.
in the zone now, David. Okay.
I'll shut up.
You're not here.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we need to try to maybe get out to the sewers for a little bit. And come
Aye.
back.
It's a rare occasion
Oh,
that
thank you.
it's a rare occasion that I agree with you, my big friend.
What's up, Crit?
So let's get the fuck out of here. I'll say we go up, head into town,
For the surface.
Rest
What
up.
is laptop?
get a drink, and maybe get some better equipment for ourselves.
Always something to deal with the old the acid problem.
Noxious gas, I agree.
We don't have to deal with that. It's probably be easier to deal with everything else.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception for me.
Who are you asking?
Dino.
17.
You're gonna end up noticing this little spider just kind of crawling up over behind you guys.
I was gonna. Where is it? Like,
It's basically like coming out like kind of like underneath that door, underneath like a little bottom part of the hinge, and like you can kind of just barely notice that in the corner of your eye.
Tiny spider.
It's a tiny spider.
Go for it.
It's up to you what you want to do.
No, I'm not gonna do anything.
Go for it.
Literally, a tiny spider is
Yeah,
not
you're just
a
like
concern.
whatever.
It's
fine.
not a concern.
It's not
to
a
Dino.
giant spider.
It's not a
like,
giant
just
spider. It's not
battle
a
on the
concern
floor
to
above.
Dino. It's-
I mean,
Yeah.
a tiny spider is pretty big compared to you.
Shut up. Dino's not gonna pay any mind to it. If it was a giant spider,
It's like a regular spider to
Yeah.
size of a tree slap.
Yeah. Right there at the outback.
Yeah. Blimey.
Alright, so you're not gonna pay.
Nah, Dino's not gonna pay any mind to it. Actually.
Alright, so you're gonna be able to crawl through without the party really knocking
Cool. I'm kind of just. I just want to observe what happens for the next
Okay.
little bit. See what. Because I'm curious. Like I hear the
Yeah, you're just-
I hear
you're
the
just watching.
coughing, and I'm wondering what's going on before I just come back into the group and expose myself.
Yeah, you're fine. So you're just watching.
expose
Please
yourself.
don't. Please don't.
Don't do that.
Gonna pull Michael Scott.
I meant expose myself.
Oh,
to
come
whatever
on, Phyllis. Come on.
I don't want to.
Come on, you gotta laugh about these kind of things.
Come on, man.
Alright. So, you guys carry on your conversation.
So I guess we should probably head up and assume we have to talk to the The halflings that are up there.
Yeah, we'll get to them when we get up there. I'm hoping.
Ooh, what was that?
Beams are going to me, mate. Halflings are all losing my priorities right now. Let's just hope our druid friend catches up with us as well.
Yeah, well, and hopefully if he has any sense, he'll probably try to leave as well.
They might already be upstairs.
Possibly.
Alright. Well, let's see.
Yeah, let's just head up.
Alright. Guess we all just head up.
Okay.
I'm listening. I promise. I'm trying to fix my switch.
He better be.
Yeah.
It's like not. It's not letting me. Like it's finally let me make a new.
No, you're
account,
fine.
It's okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
But
You're
it won't
fine.
let me do.
You're fine.
Hey, we'll
Yeah,
help you with
we'll help
it
you
later.
out after this. So you guys end up having this conversation, recognizing it was probably best for you to move forward. So as you guys end up kind of making your way out of the sewers, you're gonna find that basically the entire path.
That was me.
Oh, hey, there you go. What is up, new follower you? So as you guys end up making your way up and through the sewers, you end up recognizing the spider is still kind of following.
I feel like
We all do, or just him?
Just him.
I mean, if they all turn and look at me, I'm just gonna turn back into myself.
So it's up to him. What's he
Oh,
gonna
I just noticed. I'm just gonna stare at it for like half a second and notice that it's the same spider and just like, just kind of give it an odd stare.
I'm gonna kind of start slowly going to you, and I'm gonna back up, and I'm gonna go to you a little further, and then I'm gonna back up, and then I'm gonna turn to myself.
I think this spider's
What's up, man?
What the fuck was that, mate?
Yeah, you looked a little nervous. It's kind of fucking with you, man.
You want to explain to me what was that? Were you doing some kind of mating ritual or something, mate?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was getting winked. I had a nice little sexual. I think I had a sexual little wink that was going on with another spider.
Look, man, whatever your kinky shit you're into, keep at it. All right, we're getting the fuck out of here.
All right. What happened? You guys don't look too hot. Is Penny outside?
What?
I think Penny's
Yeah,
barking
both
with
of them are out
Shiloh.
there. Come here.
You just leave it cracked, probably.
Yeah, just leave it cracked. You should be fine.
We ran into some rats and the specter and dealt with a lot of acid down there.
Okay.
Which
Did you guys beat the Spectre and rats?
Just the specter and the rats, yes.
Yes.
But
She was taken care of.
I lean over to you. I said, any repeats? Kind of whisper so he like.
so yeah,
I mean, we're all looking at you.
So
I
Yeah.
would
So
clearly
I
really-
had this theory that maybe the acid was feeding it, and he didn't want to believe me. And then the second he stepped into the acid, he turned right back into that
Here's
thing
the deal. If
I
and
you
tried to kill me.
If
I
you
just
guys
kinda
would
point
just
to Elaine and
stay out of my way so I can actually get to our enemies and kill them, we wouldn't have the issue.
So you guys, so the acid's the problem. Is what
I don't know if it's the acid. It could have just been because I got hurt.
Well,
I
Oh, that's true.
I found these
He
potions.
does take acid damage now, which
Good
is
to, good to
different.
know. So I found these gaseous
Hi.
potions
Did you miss me?
that I think might help us go back in, but it seems like you guys might need to rest first.
Yeah, I'm down to go take a nap. I'm pretty hurt.
we're also running a little bit low on some health potions as well.
I don't have many of those, but I got some. I think I have something to help us breathe.
Okay, I like that. All right, so you're actually being useful doing off your little kinky spidery shit. All right.
Yeah, our mating ritual produced all like the alchemy potions.
Okay.
What?
All right. Oh.
Okay, no.
That's
just
not
we can't
good.
just get past that. What?
I'm just kidding. That didn't happen.
Give me this up, mate.
We have to drink what?
Oh, the only thing I'll be drinking is ale tonight. That's it.
So are we going? We're going back up to the market, or are we going up to
We're
the?
just trying to get out of the sewers. We'll come back hopefully soon to try to.
Let's go back to the inn.
I
Get
think
ourselves
she
well
thinks my
rested.
apple pen's gone.
Probably.
She
Get
tried to pick it
ourselves
up.
some healing potions.
So we're going back to the market.
Yes.
Yes, Arthur, are you okay with that?
Yep.
Fine.
He is fine.
Yes.
All right.
So, I
Well,
mean,
let's if everyone's good with that, let's just head up. Did you find anything else useful on your little scouting mission?
Realistically, no. That's pretty much what I found was the potions. I went to a couple different rooms. I saw some kind of like a caved-in vent. I crawled through the vent, saw a caved-in room, went around, fought a specter, killed it on my own. Then I went into what turned into be an alchemy room, fought off a horde of rats, killed them on my own, and then found the potions.
I want you to go ahead and roll survival for me.
That is gonna be a 10.
Okay. So as this is all happening, and you're kind of like talking about this, you're kind of noticing that Zatu is kind of coughing a little bit periodically, and Dino is coughing periodically too, and it's kind of curious to you concerning the fact that like maybe they're like diseased or they're sick or something. You don't understand why they're coughing.
So what do you guys like? I mean, what are you guys coughing? Why?
It's just from the acid down in the sewers. When you get down that low, it really gets into your lungs. We had to cut up a shirt that they had and made some makeshift masks.
So do we need to stop back at where you got tested at to go see if you guys are okay to go back in? Or is the potion itself, can I investigate the potions I found?
Roll history first one.
I mean, we weren't feeling like that till we got down into the lower section.
20.
I mean, there was a lot of acid down there.
20. Dirty
Okay.
20.
So as you kind of like are listening to them tell you like they're kind of like affected by this acid that's down the lower part of the sewer, how it's all over, you're thinking like, wait a second, I was listening to them, I heard them like knock on one of the doors, and then I ended up moving into another room, and I shifted forms multiple times, and I never experienced that. Then when I was crawling in the baseboard of the hallway, getting over to where they were, I didn't experience any of this like poisonous acid stuff either. Like what's going on?
Okay, so where's the acid? Where's the poisonous acid? Because I didn't run into any of it.
Well,
And I seem to be fine. I was in and out, had a couple different rounds of combat, chilled
I
for a
don't
few
know
rests.
where you exactly were, but when we came downstairs and got past that rock, you go to the right, there was a huge, big section of acid, and then if you go down the hallway and take a right, there was also a lot of acid there as well.
Okay.
I'll
trust you guys. I mean, realistically, I don't know where that would have been in relativity.
I mean, we heard that at some point we heard that a snake hiss behind the door. Was it you, or was it just other snake?
That was probably me.
I guess
Slithery bastard, why don't you come out and help us then?
Well, I didn't. It's too late now.
regardless,
Sorry,
MVP
guys.
of the
My
second.
bad.
if you would have taken a left out of that door and then went around the corner, there was plenty of acid that way.
Okay, so I just went one way, you guys went the other.
Pretty
Yes,
much.
Sort of.
Okay.
You just never got to the area that we were at.
Good to know.
Right. Let's.
It's fine. Let's hurry up and get out of here.
Sure, let's-
I want you to go ahead and roll survival for me again.
5? Yeah, 5.
It still seems kind of weird that they're talking about this acid off to the side, but you're saying that like they're not saying that they went in the acid. They're just saying they're hanging out in the hallways around you, and they're still coughing and everything. It's weird to you. It's just like
Okay.
yeah.
That's fine. So where are we at this point?
You guys are like upstairs, basically in the upper doorway, kind of out of the lower level. So you guys aren't in the lower level of the sewers.
So
where
they went to make sure, because I went down the freaking vent over here.
Yep.
They went back to that door that we couldn't
Yep.
open, because that's where the halflings gave us the
Correct.
key to.
That's
you
where
still
we're going
have
back
the key.
to.
Yep.
You
No,
still
he
have-
doesn't have the key. We just have to knock on the door to let him know to let us back in.
I actually.
Oh, you do?
I never mentioned that.
He never mentioned it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's technically metal key. But anyway, that was me paying attention to the end of the last time I was here with everybody. When he did his little one-on-one shit. Are we upstairs at this point, or are we?
You guys
still
are upstairs,
heading-
essentially in that room that was locked before.
Okay, so then we're heading out because we need to go to the market.
You guys wanted to head, and this was the party seems like wanted to do it. So if that is the case, and you guys want to like basically walk out of the sewer on that top level, because you guys are relatively close to the door, so I won't go ahead and like make this off the field. But if you guys do want to head out and go into that area, then we can go ahead.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So as you guys end up making your way through and going in another area, I want somebody to roll d20 for me. And again, I promise I'll have this set for the chat. That way you guys
16.
can do that next session. You guys will be the ones rolling d20s.
16.
16? Okay. And so as you guys end up kind of making your way through the other parts of that sewers, I want you to go ahead and roll a survival for me.
That's a 16.
Okay. So as you're walking through that area, basically kind of looking at that puddle of acid, you're gonna end up getting a little bit of a whiff of that acid. It's gonna kind of like strike you a little bit odd, but you're not gonna remember much of that whiff downstairs when you're in those rooms. It definitely kind of hits your sinuses. You don't really have any like smells like that from when you were downstairs, like in some of those other rooms. It's just something you notice as you're kind of like walking out and through.
3 times he's brought it up.
So as you guys end up walking through the door and getting into that little side room where the guards are just kind of going down there and taking their time, leisuring, and having their extra on-duty drinking time, as we'd like to call it, you guys end up kind of ascending up into another portion of what you know to be part of the city square. And as you guys get up there, you're going to end up seeing that a couple of the guards are standing around and are just patiently awaiting anything to happen. And as you guys end up walking through, it doesn't seem like the guards are really noticing you. They're just kind of talking amongst themselves.
So we're up above ground?
You guys are up above ground.
Well, what time of day is it?
At this point, you guys have only really been down there for about like an hour, maybe 2 hours. So it's still midday.
Wait. Okay, never mind. Let's go with it.
So I guess at that point, probably just turned to everybody and just.
Yeah, I was trying to. I'm trying to switch it to the medieval fantasy immersive. And apparently, I just need to pay for it. I'm sorry, guys. We're gonna listen to this. You muted about getting better grades in college, apparently.
There it is.
There we go. I'm gonna pay for YouTube.
I was gonna say, Penny's gonna bark at that.
Penny's fine. Penny, listen, honey, I promise you, these aren't real.
She's gonna bark at it. Don't mess. She barks at a TV when she sees a horse. Okay. She doesn't. You like. She sees a horse. She sees. Oh, she goes nuts when she sees a horse.
Probably really loud.
Yeah.
It might be. I'll turn it down. Let me know if you guys think it's too loud. Here we go. I'll turn it down.
Turn down like half. Or just the YouTube, like not the stream.
I'll just do it on the stream for right now. All right. So, you guys are now upstairs. You guys are upstairs, basically just walking through the state square. Or not walking, but standing in the state square.
So I'm gonna let y'all decide what you guys want to do as far as you guys are kind of wanting to go to rest. So if you guys want to rest now, I'll
Well, we could probably
follow suit.
well, we could probably go and get any supplies we want to get, and
You
then
actually just turn it.
just go ahead and rest for tonight, and then come back in the morning with you guys. That
Yeah,
sounds like a good plan for me.
A nap is not enough. I need to go.
It's still midday.
That's fine.
I mean, it's still midday. I wasn't opposed to
I'm gonna stop at the market on my way
Yeah,
back.
I'm not talking about
yeah.
going to sleep
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Just check out the market and the kind of other supplies we might need.
I didn't know if it was going to bed.
Nah,
Oh,
no.
no.
We're already at the market. Let's go get what we need, and then we can go crash, have a drink, and then we'll go back into the whatever we.
All right. Well,
So, what was the best place to get health potion? Again,
well, we can go look through the general square market. We could also. go
Elena,
by-
let's have you go ahead and roll history on this, actually.
We're at the entrance of the sewers in the general
Yeah, that's where we are.
8 plus 5.
8 plus 5. So you're going to end up remembering that there is somewhere that you guys went before. The name's kind of eluding you at the moment, but you do know it's on the map. And there's some place that Zatu actually took you guys to go ahead and get, one, a sample tested of him, but two, to get some potion. So this shop that you guys have been to before, it doesn't have a lot of alcohol.
I want to get some. I want to find a leather armor vendor.
Yeah, it's
A leather armor
It's
vendor.
written.
So where you guys are located right now, this particular area is more so just the general market. So it's not really like established shops. You're just more so like little stands that people have put up. But somebody go ahead and roll d20.
15.
Okay. It doesn't look like there's any leather vendors in this particular marketplace, but you know that there are other shops that were mentioned in that section.
I'm gonna honestly go up and ask a guard. I'm just gonna walk up to a guard and ask if he knows where a local leather armor shop is.
Well, see, you could just tell me you're gonna go walk up and talk to a guard about this.
Okay, that's what I want to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Oh, what can I do for you there? Wait, are you one of the fellas that went into the sewers down there?
I am, sir. I am. We're kind of regrouping. We went through. We had a couple encounters, and we're kind of coming back up, restocking, and going back in. So I was wondering if you are looking, if you know an area. Or is that
You're one of those followers of Up, aren't you?
I am.
Yes.
The
yes.
god of up.
The God of Up.
God
And
of Up.
you all were going down there and
Praise be up.
Of course, praise be the Up. So when you all went down there, did the Lord of Up not give you enough supplies to be able to complete your
The Lord of Up gave us the strength and stamina to be able to do what we did, but physical supplies, no. The God of Up will not produce stuff for us.
I would like to walk in. I'm not gonna say anything.
Oh, very, very nice. So, if that is the case, then what is it that you be needing that the Lord of Up cannot provide to you at this moment?
My armor's a little kind of raggedy, and I need to replace it. So I'm looking for a leather.
You're wearing armor.
Exactly. I'm a druid, of course. So I mean, I'm not gonna be wearing chainmail. I'm gonna be more of the natural nature leather.
You wear fucking twigs and bees.
Well, they are here on my shoulders.
All right. Well, I mean, if you are looking for something, there is a traveler's market relatively nearby. This is more so the general market. Go to the traveler's market. Normally, they're gonna have more vendors that are more established in the area.
But I've noticed she came up behind me. Or joined.
You probably would have noticed it. Yeah.
I would have asked, Elena, don't you have maps of the city? Can you point to me where this market is?
If
I'm
you
the
give me
new
the map,
person.
I suppose I can.
Actually, I think Edard might have it. But I feel like I remember seeing it. I think
Well, what direction? Can you point me in the right direction?
Well, so we are here on the, and I'll pass Sally's on the way over. So it should be this way. This
That
way. Should be this way.
Would I be
Because the port's over there, and then it should be this way.
So can I tell what direction he's like nautical direction
Roll
he's pointing?
nautical. Yes. With my nautical expertise, being a water,
I think you want to say cardinal. Yeah.
being a water genasi, I would know where the water is.
I'm gonna just. Fuck it.
So, go ahead and roll nature for me.
Oh, that's a nat 20.
So as you look up in the sky, you're able to kind of tell where east and west is immediately, just based off the sun, and kind of how long you're able to tell you guys are down there for.
Okay.
You can tell that basically where he was pointing was actually off over to the. So where he was pointing for the ports would be south, and then that would mean that where he was pointing was off to the west.
To the west. Okay. And then the name of the market again was the
Travelers.
It's the travelers market.
Travelers.
Well, Travelers Square, I think is what they call it. I'm not entirely. I don't normally work this area, and we just kind of call it Travelers. We don't really call it by its full name.
Cool. And I pull out a silver and kind of flick it over to him, say thank you, sir, and I just.
Ha 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 ha. Up be praised.
Praise be
Raise
to
me
up.
up.
Praise be up.
Wait,
You see him go ahead and kind of take this piece of coin, just kind of like pull up a little bit of his other armor, just kind of stuff it in his whole pocket.
So you're getting armor?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could use some too.
Okay. Well, let's. I mean,
I guess we're
Can-
kind of off to the side, so.
I'm gonna go back to you guys to kind of
Okay.
reference the map.
So I guess I probably was getting ready to walk to you guys. And
Perfect.
see y'all walking.
So I'm gonna say, hey, I need to get some new armor. My light leather armor is kind of trash at this point.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
want to
go
get
buy
some
some
too.
new.
So
So we need to head over to the Traveler's Square Market.
I could probably get some potions over there too. I would assume.
Probably, well,
It's west of where we
Traveler's-
currently are.
Traveler's Square is on the way to the Wraith Mountain Potion.
Perfect.
So
So that we're
that's where we need to go for this place for potions. Plus, they have my sample there.
Okay.
What?
Now you want to go see the doctor?
It's kind of a problem now.
Oh, now it's a problem for you, man.
After you trying to kill me?
Yes, that's a problem. Don't you agree?
So I would have actually at this point, I would give Zatu one of the give Zatu one of the potions I found.
Okay.
Why is that?
Because he's the one who's been dealing with the
alchemy and everything.
alchemist and everything. So I would have given him one to say, hey, while you guys are gonna go check up on Edard over here with whatever the hell's going on with him, this venomous shit.
So you're actually gonna end up seeing Zatu. Zatu's gonna be like, so Zatu's gonna be like this. So guys, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't been feeling so good.
Oh shit.
I feel like I really took a lot of damage down there,
Oh yeah, I don't know how bad it is.
and I kind of don't even feel comfortable walking around. I'm gonna go sleep. Sorry about that. I'm gonna go over there actually. Back to
Well,
where
hold
we
on,
were
I just
before.
cast Healing Ward on him.
So now he has to play it.
No. So you can cast Healing Word on him, but something you're going to end up noticing as you're about to cast it is that it looks like he's literally like on the brink of death. Like he's lost health. His actual max total health pool is down.
Oh shit.
And then in addition to that too, and you wouldn't really be able to tell this, but it looks like he's like shaking and trembling. I want you to go ahead and roll medicine.
Oh, that's gonna be trash. That is gonna be a 5.
So you're not really going to be able to discern anything, but something feels up.
Up. What's up? Praise be to up. What is up?
So, but you're gonna cast Healing Word on him. So you go ahead and cast Healing Word. But he's still just gonna say.
I basically want to make it so he can walk to wherever he needs to go. That's the
Look,
goal.
you didn't get rabies from the rat, did you?
Oh no,
I just healed him for 6.
I don't believe so. And you're gonna see his little kind of gold snap. But I just feel like if I were to take like one more hit, then I'm gonna be passing on to the next fight. I'm so sorry, but I just.
Go rest up, mate. It's fine. We'll meet up with you later.
I gave him 6 HP.
Okay, you give him 6 8.
Yep.
And he's gonna go ahead and like kind of like thank you for that, and kind of walk his way over to basically the inn that you guys are sleeping at.
Alright, well, I guess let's go by Traveler's Square, and then y'all can look at what y'all need to get, and we can go by Wraith's Mountain Potion.
Okay.
Sounds like a
Works for
plan.
me.
Just, yeah.
So we're gonna quickly walk. Well, you guys are hurt. I'm fine. So I don't know how fast you guys can move.
Just walking normally.
Normal pace.
Okay.
Normal pace.
If Zatu's about to like fall over, I don't know where.
Yeah, well, that's who's walking. Like he basically already left. He's going straight over. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not a second.
In the market that you guys are in right now, like the little square
Yeah,
you guys are in.
something like any like events that are happening. Last time it was like anything else like. happening.
Yeah. So actually, roll history for me.
Uh, 12.
So you're gonna remember that Slaver's Keeping is actually outside the general market. and that's essentially going to be outside the city. So the actual slave the slaver's keeping is essentially only conducted outside the city walls itself.
Okay.
But when you're actually inside this market, you're gonna remember that last time you were there, it was essentially a bunch of booths that were setting up. It looks like they were selling some like livestock. They were selling some other miscellaneous wares and some oddities and things like that. But you do remember that there was one particular shop that was setting up and selling a bunch of very weird oddities over off to the side that just kind of caught your eye. And just it was kind of curious. You didn't pay it much mind because it was set up yet, but you do remember.
Okay. All right. All right, but I guess we're just still waiting. Yeah.
Yeah. So at that point, I pretty much just kind of hold up the map and it's this way.
Okay.
And then head that direction.
All right, so you guys are off in your direction, heading off towards the Traveler's Market. So I want you guys to go ahead and dictate the actual direction of travel. So I recognize, obviously, that this is still a dungeon map. We're not going to swap it out right now. But just go ahead in that hallway, just give me a march.
Marching order.
I guess I'd be first.
You got the map. That two's gone. I would probably be between the two of you guys just because I'm the most healthy.
I'd be in the back.
Okay. Just because in case he decided, I'd still be worried in case he, like, last time I saw you, you were in my mouth. And I was a toad. So, like,
Forgot about that.
that was the last time I saw you.
I do remember that.
Like, that was the last time I saw you. So I'm still
Forgot about
hesitant
that. Remember.
that I'm just like, now we're in public. So,
Just said something so
Last time I saw you, you were...
I was about to swallow you.
Oh. Context.
For those who don't know, he was a giant toad last time.
And I grappled him, and I was about to use swallow.
Still
and
giant
it
toad.
turns back into Edard.
And still a giant toad.
Yeah.
Just need that clarity there because we do not do adult content.
Anyway,
Don't
so
need to get.
Tell
So
me
I'm
pickup
still,
line is
I'm
right.
still
Tell me
slightly
pickup line.
cautious of Edard, which is why I wouldn't have given you the potion.
so you guys are good with that marching order though?
Yes.
Yeah. I probably would at this point turned to you and given you one of those. Since I couldn't give one to Zatu, and I know you're also more medicine, alchemist. You're a wizard, so I would assume you would be able to possibly know a little more than I do, maybe.
Can I examine it and see if I?
Yeah, you can. So as you guys are
So
walking
it's
through, I want you
Yeah.
to go ahead and roll on medicine, and I want the front of the front of the marching order and the back of the marching order to go ahead and both roll on perception.
That would have been Elena here. By the way, I found one of these. It might be something
Ooh.
worth to look at
That's
for
gonna
going back
be-
into the sewer.
Okay.
So, and it's actual
Dirty
potion
20.
land for inventory.
So
wise.
let's go to her medicine first. So what's your
Why is it
medicine?
not letting me roll?
Not pressing it hard.
You can.
It's lighting up like I'm pressing it. It's just not rolling. I don't understand.
You're trying to highlight it.
No, I'm not. I'm literally just clicking it.
Well, we're standing by while we wait to figure out how the iPad works.
I swear, all I did was just tap it like I did on my phone, and now it's not working.
It's your screen's being weird.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying. Like, it's not even.
Oh, my screen is being weird, Dan. Why is my screen being weird?
I don't know. Well, so I would just roll the dice right now.
Yeah.
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 That's a 1.
Oh, your pin might be dead. So.
Well, I was using my finger.
Well, no,
too.
but even
like it's
pressing
scrolling
the.
up. Here, maybe I
Yeah, maybe just refresh it. So what'd you roll?
that was a 1.
Okay. So as you're kind of looking at it, it's really difficult to make any kind of a sense
That's
of
why
what
I was
it
trying
is.
to do it in here instead of.
So you're really trying to figure it out, and as that ends up happening, you're going to end up kind of popping open the lid and kind of giving a little bit of a smell, and that smell is going to be enough to kind of like push you off as you end up kind of like pouring about half the potion out, and then immediately reseal it.
God, what is that?
That would be a potions of gaseous form.
Oh, do I like start turning into gas?
No.
Oh, darn it.
But I need to reduce one, and you can add a half of one.
Well, I mean, for all purposes, it's just one.
Yeah.
Like that.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. That was weird. Yeah, that stinks.
So, out of curiosity, because I would have seen this as I passed it to her.
Sure.
Would I have noticed a change in maybe her coughing or her sickness from what was down below?
You can roll survival.
I got a dirty 20 on mine.
That'd be a 22.
You're not noticing anything.
What
actually.
the fuck?
Just because you roll high doesn't mean anything happens.
God damn it.
Alright, so going to you guys with your perception. So what was that, 22?
What?
22?
Dirty 20.
30, 20? 20, 17? So you're actually going to end up noticing something as you're walking in front of the group and these guys are talking. You're going to end up noticing what is a one of the guards actually kind of like just kind of chatting to a civilian. The civilian just kind of saying, "Listen, I've been hearing this stuff," and you're going to hear the guards like, "No, you listen to us. The city is safe. Don't you worry." And then that's kind of all you're able to make out. Then as you're actually walking through the market, you're going to end up hearing something on the tail end. And you're going to end up hearing what is a couple of citizens just kind of like standing in a little circle, just kind of chatting amongst themselves. They're going to say, "I don't think the gods want to admit it, but I think we might all be doomed. Maybe we should leave city. I'm not entirely sure." That's kind of like some of the chitter chatter you're going to end up hearing as you guys are walking through the square.
Yes.
As these two are talking.
Oh shit.
I gotta stop and pick my ear up. Kind of tuning in on what those group of people are saying. Like, what's this about doing? Why are they?
Are you going to talk to them about that? Or?
I'm just gonna lag behind a little bit.
Just try to overhear the conversation.
Over here a little bit, and if I feel like it,
Roll self-fun.
it is a 14.
14? Ooh, barely higher. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I think the gods are just playing this off too lightly. I don't know if they're prepared. I don't want the city to go under. This is the only free city. No. Listen to me, okay? I've been in this city for longer than anyone, and I promise you that the city is safe. If those damn Imperials and Empirists or whatever the fuck they call themselves are really going to try to take the free city from us, they're not going to be able to. I promise you that the Lord and his gods have been keeping us safe here for quite some time, and there's no way that they're going to be doing it. I mean, they've tried coming through that bay before. I understand that they've tried coming through the bay before. I don't think you really understand the gravity of what's going on. Listen here. You just don't understand what it's like to be elderly like me. There are many... I want you to roll stealth again.
Okay. A natural 20.
Unnatural 20?
Yeah.
Okay, were there anything else you want to do? Or
I hear his tone just kind of pick up, so I do just want to move a little bit closer and just try to get in a perfect or opportunity.
Okay. And they seem like they don't really pay you any mind. So, I don't really understand why you're trying to be this younger person, really asserting yourself over this. I've been in this city for almost 100 years, and you're going to have the audacity to tell me exactly. And you're not even the full blood. This is ridiculous.
Levels. At that point, I think I would just into the. I just passed by. Give my best performance as the follow up.
Okay.
Good day, fellow gentlemen. They are.
There we go.
Okay. I couldn't help but notice this. Both of you are stirring up quite a commotion here.
Well, I'm not stirring up any kind of commotion. It is this fucking young, impotent half-elf. It's not me. I'm just telling you what I saw on the road.
Calm down there, brothers. Calm down, okay? There is no need
I'm
for
sorry. Who the fuck are you and trying to tell me to calm down?
I wear all my things. I am a follower of my Lord of Apple. Praise be you, Lord of Apple.
Roll deception.
How loud are they being right now, too?
It depends if you guys would have kept walking.
I mean, if he would have lagged behind, How far would you have said you'd lag behind?
So like, would you be back here, or would you be like?
In terms of feet.
Well, how far were they from the original? Like,
They probably. I mean, you would have been listening for about like 20 or 30 seconds. So they probably been walking away.
okay.
They would be pretty far away if they.
Yeah, I would say maybe like
So
60,
then
100 feet.
I'd probably assume that you guys aren't being loud enough. At least me.
Yeah, no.
All right. So what was your roll?
I got a 1, mate.
That one, or
Yeah, it was a nat 1.
So this is gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic. I can't wait to
Well,
see
because
this.
both of them had the roll.
One of them got a 1.
You know what? I think I've actually heard of that. No, that's not even a god, you fucking old man! You've got to be fucking kidding me! This isn't real! Oh, no. You listen to me here, youngin'. I have been around for longer than you, and you and your half-elf species don't understand what it's like between the old gods. I'm terribly sorry there, Mr. Prophet.
No offense there, young mate.
I'm not young.
Oh, what?
I
pardon
am
me.
500 years
Oh,
old.
you're looking good for your age, mate.
Thank you.
That's what I meant. You're looking good for your
What
age.
the fuck is any of this shit? No. There is no up. You are not a cleric. None of this makes any sense.
Look, I understand your frustration. I'm only trying to understand why there's such a commotion. Look, this man said terrible things to you, and I just want to say, Lords of Up doesn't take long to do this. I understand there may be some discrepancies between what you're saying. I understand you are very worried about something, and Lord of Up just wants to reassure you that everything will be alright. Now, please share to me what is worrying.
Roll performance.
6.
I'm out of here. I'm sorry. This is no. This is just too much. And you see the younger guy just kind of walk away.
Okay. I just kind of stand on. What? Turn back to the other guard and just.
He's not a guard. It's just no gentleman.
Oh, another gentleman. Okay, I assume that's fine. So, fellow brother, what was this commotion about? What was it?
Oh, to be completely clear, I don't worship the gods. It's not my thing.
I
I
understand.
respect the old gods, but it's not what I prefer to do. But so that young, ignorant half elf, everything that he's worth, was telling me that the city isn't safe, that they're going to come in here and they're going to damn us and doom us, and that these Imperials or whatever the fuck they're called are going to come in here and just lay slaughter to the city, and they're going to massacre the Lord, and they're going to kill the gods. I don't believe any of that nonsense. I don't care what he says. Yo, he had the audacity to tell me that they were troops. There were troops outside in the mainland, over next to the Eye of Exrath.
Outside?
It's ridiculous.
Oh, damn right.
I would have known that they were there.
Of course you would. What would
It's
he know?
ridiculous.
What would he know?
Exactly. No, the Eye of Exrath, I'll tell you what, I go out there to frequently hunt. I do that all the time. And as one of the noblemen of this city, I know that it is my right to go out there in the free worlds. And by damn the gods, if he believes that he is going to tell me something when I was just out there hunting, then damn him to all the hells. It is just ridiculous that he even has that.
I understand. He's probably just a regular sinner, boy down, boy.
And I was there. I was there only a day ago.
I believe you. But the nonsense, he's talking about some giant, massive, what was he saying, army trying to invade the city of...
Ridiculous.
Oh, ridiculous, right?
Absolutely ridiculous.
Just giant army. like they could ever breach these walls.
Exactly. Many have come and tried in my days. I have been in this city since it was founded, and I promise you that every time they tried to attack by sea, it has failed. Every time they've tried to attack us by land, it has failed. It has not worked. And they will never learn from their mistakes. They try attacking by the sea and they fuck it up. They try attacking by the land and they fuck it up. They are never going to take this city from us, and the free world will stay free.
I can't agree with you more, brother. Sorry for the disturbance. I'll leave you to your day. May the Lord of Apple bless you.
So I really felt my blood pressure getting up there. Yes. God be praised.
Alright, just gonna bow and just kind of waddle a little quickly.
So you
back
guys
to the-
had about like 60 seconds away from it. You're gonna end up recognizing that there's this little goblin that kind of like runs into you all of a sudden, like kind of the tail end of when you guys are walking and talking.
Okay.
Where were you?
Ow. Sorry, I had to run through quite a few pairs of legs over there. Getting here. I suggest we try to get what we need to get done shopping. Try to get a little bit more information from what was our friend's name.
Start with an E.
No, not you. Big fella, tavern.
Zenbor.
Zembor.
Yes.
No,
No,
Zen- was not Zembor.
that was the bounty hunter. What's his name?
Hold on, I'm looking.
Oh, that is a mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Barry. Barry.
Tell me I had it first.
No, I
first.
have it highlighted. I have it highlighted. Anyways, we were supposed to get information from Barry. I was just overhearing a not God, I'm sorry, it's just two gentlemen, of age, argue amongst themselves. One bloke was going uppity about some massive army trying to invade the city of Pike.
Yeah, is that the people that we heard about when we first entered? That we were worried that weren't going to be
Yeah,
there in
but
time?
that was just rumors. This one seemed a little bit more worried, as if he just saw the bloody
So
army.
then do we want to quickly get what we need and then meet up and talk about this over a drink?
I couldn't agree more. I say let's do that. So let's just hustle and bustle, get what we need, and go to the tavern, see if we can get far
When I
back.
get back, while we were walking, I wanted to.
Okay, cool. You were doing something.
Get him a truly.
Something.
I don't know if you saw that or not.
I think you did. Alright.
I'm at this point. I'd hope,
So you guys are at the Traveler's Market.
okay, I want to go to a leather armor.
I would
Okay.
like to go as well.
Okay, so both you guys are actually walking through the Traveler's Market. And I want both of you, so what are you planning on doing at the Traveler's Market? Are you just kind of hanging out and following them, or you have any of their own ideas or anything you want to sell or try?
There is something in my inventory that I've been holding on to for a little bit. I want to see if maybe I can get it inspected. Maybe sell, see it to work or whatever. Do.
What is it? And I could we'll roll to see if there's that kind of store.
It's the witch's ring.
The Witch's Ring.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
You gonna pass it?
yeah, thank you very much. So yeah, where you want to take it? Are you wanting to actually have you really inspected it? Let's have you go ahead and
Actually,
roll.
no, I have not actually inspected.
Let's go ahead and roll investigation on that one really quick. So for both of you guys who are trying to find a some kind of leather scheme, so you can both roll individually. You can kind of help action. It's up to you.
Help action. My rolls suck.
Okay. Help action it. So both of you guys are looking for it. She's using the help action. So go ahead and roll investigation roll. With advantage.
Is that with advantage, that one?
They're both the same.
Oh, I didn't see the
I rolled the same one twice.
Well, that's unlikely.
What am I supposed to be going for? Investigation?
Investigation.
8.
Dang,
Okay.
I had a +5, it would have been a 10.
All right. So as you guys are looking through the market, you're actually able to find that looks like
Oh my
like
god.
like one shop that actually sells some general wares. It looks like they don't sell a whole lot of stuff. Most of the stuff they sell seems like it's pretty standard. You're gonna end up seeing what looks like some steel and iron swords. They're kind of dangling above. You're gonna see what looks like a couple of not really mannequins, but like almost if you were to take a coat hanger, like one of those like old school like coat hangers from like 70s movies like James Bond, and just have a armor kind of like sitting on top of it, basically a wooden post with a wooden cross essentially. As you just see, there's a couple little pieces of armor strapped on there.
Are we talking leather armor? Are we talking mail armor? Are we talking?
It's hard for you to tell from a distance, but it looks like there's a couple different types of armor in that little section.
I'm gonna say I think it's over here. Let's go check it out. So, we go check it out.
Okay. So you guys are going to go check it out. So what were you wanting to do with it?
I mean, it can really happen anytime we're walking, but I kind of wanted to like try to talk to myself in my head.
Talk to yourself?
Not to myself, but
I understand.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Don't eat him.
I'm basically just like, hello, like trying to see if anybody's there.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a wisdom save. We'll come back to you. So Dina, what'd you end up rolling for your investigation?
14.
So as you end up looking a
You
little bit
actually
more
say
at
it out
this gem that you end up getting from the witch, guys. So as you end up looking a little more at that gem you got from the witch, you're gonna end up seeing that the actual thing itself ends up having like what look like these kind of tentacles wrapped around. Like the actual ring itself has like tentacles that kind of wrap around and actually create the vine that goes around the finger. Like imagine if you were to see like the actual ring itself, imagine like a classroom in school. So you're gonna end up having this like giant jewel up top, except for it has a lot more geometry. It's not just like a flat stone. It's a very geometric, like ruby looking thing, but the ruby doesn't seem to actually be a ruby. It seems to kind of like have little shades of purple and pink, and it looks like something's kind of like spiraling inside of it. And then as you end up looking at the actual band itself, the band is going to end up kind of having what looks like these tentacles from both ends of the ruby kind of coming down the round and then latching underneath of each other on the bottom part of the ring. It looks like they kind of spiral and start going up the other side.
Interesting.
Go ahead and roll Arcana for me.
12.
Okay. So, as you're kind of investigating a little bit further, it seems like it has traces of some kind of magical property, but it's hard for you to explicitly make out.
But I do notice it has
Some kind of a magical property.
Okay.
So, with that being said, kind of decide like where you would try to find or what you'd be looking for. Going back to you guys. So as you end up kind of going over to what looks like the more just general wares store, you're going to end up finding what looks like a couple people inside the store just kind of picking up a couple swords. You're going to end up seeing actually a young boy end up running over there and kind of picking up a couple of the little bolts that would go to a crossbow and just kind of like kind of almost stabbing his friend with it as you guys end up walking up. Get it! And then that's kind of what you're seeing as you end up walking up to this booth.
I just chuckle under my breath.
Kids.
Very well make your acquaintance. What can I do for you at my fine shop?
I'm looking for some leather armor.
Hey, you two, stop doing that. Get out of here, okay? You're not a paying customer. Get out. You see him go ahead and snatch one of the bolts away from the boy.
I start like rubbing my neck, like playing up that I'm in pain.
Terribly sorry about that. These kids, they always have to come over here and play with the swords and the gimmicks and everything of our shop. What can I do for you?
I'm looking for some leather armor.
Any particular kind? I don't have a lot of leathers. We don't normally specialize in that. We have a couple different kinds though. Anything in particular? What are you looking for, madam?
I just need something. I something light. I'm really struggling.
Madam, are you? You don't look like you're so good. Are you okay?
No, I need something to help me out. I'm not cut out for this.
You see him kind of like walk over towards you. And just is he hurting you?
No. It's not him.
What I thought.
Other than being annoying, no. He's fine. No, It's just I'm traveling with these group, and we're really just trying to make the city a better place. And it's really hard on me. I don't really have much experience with this kind of stuff.
Are you some of those people that are really trying to get the slaves to be allowed inside the inner walls, or are you the ones who are trying to keep them outside? Sorry, I just need to make sure that we're fighting on the same side here.
Neither actually.
What do you mean neither? This is a very strong and important case.
I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that. I'm new to the town.
So I'm gonna jump in and be like, so we're the IRS. We've been fighting in the sewers trying to clear the infestation to keep the city overall more clean and
Are the
healthy.
fucking slaves getting inside the sewers?
Not that we've found.
No. Not that we haven't seen any slaves inside the sewers.
So, I guess I'm confused. Then. Are you going down to ensure that the slaves aren't in this? Wait, is there something other than the slaves in the sewers? I'm a little confused then. I've only known about the depressing issue in the city was all these slaves coming in. I don't understand what it is.
No, we're making sure that the slaves can't enter the sewers to make sure, or anybody
We're
leave through the
securing
sewer.
the
We're
sewers.
securing it.
So that way they can't use it as tunnels to get out.
Roll deception. And you guys are both together, so you can do the health action if you want.
Roll twice, take the high.
24.
I don't understand. Both of you guys rolled twice.
I know. I let her just. I'm not gonna say my rules. It was too late. She already rolled.
Okay.
That's why I just didn't say.
I will let it pass this time. Just please don't do that again. Both of you guys are like,
I thought we were gonna do 180.
all right,
and then
who
I was
rolled
just like-
better?
I just
DM.
didn't- I mean, I rolled high. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
I didn't roll bad. I didn't roll bad.
All right.
Well, I was the one that said it. That's fine.
Oh, by the gods. I was getting worried that you guys were maybe trying to like help the slaves get into the city. That there's been this radical group that's just been they've been pestering the living fuck out of all of us, trying to allow these gnomes into the cities. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You ever heard of the Thieves Guild? They were basically banished from the entirety of the city. I know the Bounty Hunters Guild. They're quite popular in the free cities, but they basically just eradicate the Thieves Guild. But the Thieves Guild believes if they can go ahead and get the slavery out of there and get the slavery done with in these free worlds, then we'll end up being forced to join the Imperials and everything will be fine. But by the gods, that is not what I stand for. And I am so glad to hear that you guys don't as well.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
anything for the people that are helping support the Lord and keeping this slavery intact. What
So-
can I do you for?
So we're looking for. I'm
Yes,
looking
so
for
you need leather armor.
I need a little heavier than light armor.
Heavier.
So probably more like. I mean, honest answer. I don't know exactly.
Well, just try to describe what you think you're looking for.
I'm wearing light leather armor currently. I need something a little more durable and more, but not.
So he's going to go ahead and investigate you.
Anything on the light armor?
Well, and that's what we'll find out.
Medium.
I'm going to go ahead and look at it.
Okay.
So as he goes
Shields.
ahead and kind of investigate you a little bit, he's going to kind of give you a once over and be like, I think I might actually have something that you can use.
And I wanna iterate that I'm a druid. That I actually, if that matters.
I understand that. I understand that.
Like,
I can
never-
also see that you are a Genasi.
What?
Go ahead.
Yes. So, what I would recommend for you is if you're just using some standard stuff, maybe I have this nice piece, and he ends up pulling you off to the side. I don't normally sell these kind of wares, and I normally save them for the higher end clients. When I end up going to Shadowstone, that's normally where I end up selling this kind of stuff because that's where I'm able to get the top premium for it. But for someone who's really trying to keep this city intact and in the rightful place where it belongs, let me show you this. So you see him go ahead and pull out this mannequin off to the side. And it's not really a mannequin, it's kind of a makeshift. Now, if you look at this, you end up seeing that it has these very, very, very nice pelts going all the way across the edges. And as you look down a little bit further, you can see right here, we have the actual abs sculpted into the actual armor themselves. And you're going to end up seeing that there is an actual wolf crest kind of going across both sides, coming down towards the chest. Now, this piece itself was handcrafted by one of the hunters in Shadowstone. I was working on it, and eventually we ended up getting it to a pristine spot. So this thing itself is actually going to be some very, very nice hide armor. But if you would like it, I could go ahead and sell it to you.
What's the price?
So the actual hide armor itself, because of its properties and how ornate it really is, and how much effort was put into it, it's going to end up being 15 gold pieces. Now, normally, if I was selling this, so you know, in Shadowstone, normally I would end up selling this for about 20 gold pieces. But because you're helping to do the work of the Lord,
Is this a full set, or is this just a piece of the set?
this is the full set.
Okay.
You end up receiving the full set itself.
How about here's and I hand 17 gold. And I say,
Now this is how I know that you are a good man of the Lord, because you wouldn't be tipping this well if you believed in the freedom of those bastardly gnomes outside the city. This is how I know you truly believe in supporting the businesses and supporting the right works.
and, I mean, I nod my head, just kind of give him that gesture. And as I give him the 2 extra gold, and I ask, have you heard anything of something happening to the city, maybe being
Are we
attacked?
still?
Yeah.
Have I heard anything about the city being attacked?
Rumors or people are talking and we're being afraid and frightened.
People are always afraid and fighting in this bastard city. Listen, half of these people aren't even true noblemen in the city. It's just, it's fucking blows my mind, honestly. But, are you just asking for rumors? I don't believe any of them, but you just asking if you could fucking rumors in the city.
Or have you heard anything out of the ordinary lately in the past day?
I mean, yes, I've heard things, but most of the things I end up hearing are just other nonsense. Like, so I heard from he was one of the traveling merchants who actually I took his plot here when he was coming through, but he was saying some dastardly words about how we're supposed to be, you know, getting out of the city here soon. It's just that's why he left. He normally ends up staying here for a couple more days, but I took his plot because of that. It's just people are just worried, they're concerned. The city's been attacked before. I'm not worried about it. It's just I don't pay any. I don't breathe any truth into
We don't need those weak-hearted here.
Absolutely not.
And I
Absolutely.
And I gesture back over to her to say, well, maybe we can help her out with what she needs.
Well, of course, anything for another assistant to the Lord. What can I do for?
I was hoping to get some leather armor, maybe.
Just standard leather armor.
Yeah, I need something light so I can still move around in it.
So let me ask you here, dear. Do you care much about the design? If you like something that has some more design to it, I have a couple of options for you. But I mean, if you want something pretty standard, I don't really care that.
I guess if we have a design on it, that's cool too.
So we have a couple ones over here in the back. So if you're really wanting something that's rather exquisite, we end up having one particular piece that he ends up kind of pulling us over. Now, if you notice itself, it has many markings on it. You can actually see inside the actual engravings on the shoulders, kind of going down along the hips and kind of on the bust. You see the spiraling, what looks like scales of the dragon. Now, this one was actually crafted right here in the city. It was actually one of the noblemen in the higher district. His son actually began doing this. You'll see this one itself, and you kind of end up looking at one off in the corner. This one right here is going to be the finest one that I have. Now, this one right here has actually been blessed by the god of Phos. And if you would like it, it is yours. But as you end up looking at it, it actually has like a giant sigil of what looks like the god of Phos just sitting there on the front. And you're going to end up seeing a sun and suns on the marking to the side. Just so you know, normally this is only worn by paladins. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to wear it, especially when you're doing the good deeds. But I do want to say, people might mistake you for being one of the paladins and followers of Phos. You know who Phos is, right?
Yeah, I've heard of them before.
Roll religion for me.
Is mine just the normal hide armor?
Yours is just normal hide armor. But you can put in some of the details if you already decide. I had the wolf pelts and everything on it, the wolf faces.
7.
You know that he's like essentially a god of like light to a degree, and he's heavily followed by the
Oh yeah. He's a god of light, right?
oh, I suppose light's a way of looking at it. Sun, the little sun that's giving the warmth of light that we breathe, we experience in our skin and flesh. I suppose light is the correct interpretation. I wouldn't call it the right one per se, but it is correct.
Okay. I assume that you would be a follower of him.
Gods no, I'm not a follower of that.
Oh. Okay, you seemed really passionate about it, so I thought maybe it meant something.
So, you know you're a good salesman when people mistake passion for your performance.
Touche. Do you have any studded leather?
See, I'm not... No, I'm very sorry. It doesn't look like I have any studded leather back there. Just standard leather, right? But we have this very ornate one that would be for the paladins bows. We have the other one that has the ornate dragon design. It's very difficult to find armor that actually fits the female body. It's not something you see very much.
How much is the dragon armor?
So the dragon armor itself is going to be your standard leather armor, but because of the ornate design and everything, and because I do have to pay a premium on this when I end up buying it from the Lord's children, nobleman's children, you're going to be looking at about 7.
So that was more than his.
Oh, what's up, 9?
But what does it really matter, honestly, if it's more expensive than his or not? Now, his hide armor, while it is nice, it wasn't crafted by a nobleman's son. And that's the thing you have to keep in mind. This was crafted by a nobleman's son in the higher districts of our city. And you could actually look, and he said, look, come over here. You have to kind of peeling back a little bit of it. You're gonna see an actual engraving of the sigil of his house, not his house, but like his family and everything, and the signature in there is kind of engraved into the leather. Now this here will fetch a premium in other parts of the city. I'm only willing to sell it to you because of the price. Price is right for a follower of our Lord.
Can I look around and see if I see anywhere else that might have some armor?
Sure, you're not gonna have advantage on it though because he's already got his armor. You go ahead and roll.
I would have given him I would have honestly gone in the back and changed.
You wouldn't have sold the armor, you just would give it to him.
I would have given it's pretty beat up in my opinion.
Oh, well, fantastic. I will go ahead and I'll try to refresh this as much as I can.
Wait, what kind of armor was that?
White leather.
I have it.
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't look like it would fit you well, my lady.
Could you tailor it possibly? If we go take a rest, come back in the morning, would you be able to size it up?
Size it. Excuse you.
Down? What? You know what I mean? Fit her properly.
Go ahead and roll investigation.
I might be big,
Or not-
but
not-
Elena's
not-
not big.
Sorry, not investigation. Go ahead and roll
Like I'm a druid. I don't know.
persuasion.
That'd be an 18 plus. That'd be dirty 20.
30-20.
And then
Okay. Very well. Alright. You gave a very generous tip. I normally wouldn't do this because I don't expedite these kind of things. Keep in mind, I am not a leather worker. I'm just a salesman. But I do know a leather worker in the city. It is just past midday. Alright. You go ahead and give me 7 gold. I will ensure that this gets over to the leather worker, and he owes me a favor, or 2, or 3. We'll make sure that this gets done first thing tomorrow morning. You'll be able to pick this up from me here in the plaza. Now, keep in mind, I'm not planning on staying here for more than tomorrow.
Okay.
So make sure you pick it up, or else your 7 gold is bought. I'm sorry about that. But
Okay.
almost like consignment.
Yeah, sounds like a plan
we
to
need to
me.
get back and get rest anyways. So
Okay, 7 golden.
I get
Fine.
some.
Not my 7 gold.
Right. So as you go ahead and hand over the 7 gold, he's going to end up taking the armor. You're going to see him put it back. This little like satchel on.
And then realistically, I would have left to try to go. We were meeting up at the end.
Well, we were
No,
still
we're
around.
just hanging out. Remember, we were just gonna all go to the.
We're still kind of with you at that
Square.
point. I would chime in.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So then you're kind of away. But what kind of shop are you looking for? And we're going to go to.
Well, we were still kind of like together, so like in the back of my mind, I would think maybe going back to like either Ewell's shop or I think I would have said this to you, Edard. What was that like Wizards Magic shop?
The gimmicks.
Yeah, because I know definitely heard you guys say some kind of like wizard magic shop to probably get this ring investigated or looked at.
Someone went to it and they found out it was like gimmicks.
Well, it was Glendoff's or Merlin's magic.
Okay. So Dino in the back of his head would probably either go to that or Ewell's shop.
So Merlin's Magic Make is going to be the opposite direction of where you guys are.
Okay. Well, probably. Ewell's in the direction that we're going to.
Yeah, that's where we're gonna go for potions.
Okay, so I'll just.
Yeah,
talk
we're
to
already
Ewell
going
then.
there anyways.
Okay, I would have just walked in as well to that shop.
It's not really a shop. It's more of like a
Just a stand.
an established. Well, so when you guys, just to give you a little
Renaissance Fest.
It
That's
just,
what-
well,
that's what I would do.
to give you more context. So the other market you guys were in was more of like people come in, they set up their stands, and that's it. This other market seems like people are like these stands are already established, and essentially travelers come in, they set up their wares in the established stand instead of having to
Market.
kind of like a flea market. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an established area. Yeah.
Yes.
So you basically just fill in the areas that you have. with what you
Yeah.
have. Yeah,
Awesome.
exactly. Actually, perfect example. Flea
Yes, I love
market. Perfect example.
it. At point I would have chimed in and is it? Got your wares?
I did.
Alright, perfect. A good
Not
man.
how much, but I did.
What would fetch price for a good pair or breastplate? Not breastplate, I'm sorry. East breastplate.
In East, I'm sorry. What?
How much would it cost me for a set of breastplate?
A set of breast.
Or just a breastplate?
You want a breastplate? For you, your size.
Maybe.
You're basically the size of a fucking gnome. Like,
Mate, do you want my money or not?
just be honest, no.
Alright, fine. Alright, make it a little bit better. How's the change set? Change set.
Listen. Are you associated with this little?
He's a
Alright, come on,
he's
hit
a
me out.
spunky one. He's a spunky one. But yes.
You gotta be fucking kidding me.
He's on the same side.
No, I don't have anything that would fit your kind.
I look at you and I said, basically, I give you the stare of not getting anything out of it. And I signal, let's go.
Can I do a quick perception of what he has around the shop?
Sure, you can roll perception, yeah. It wouldn't be really perception if you're trying to see what he has around.
I
It's
just-
more of investigation. If you're trying to like scan the shop really quick and see.
Alright.
10. Okay, so as you end up looking around the shop, you're gonna end up seeing he has a couple of mannequins that are kind of set up, kind of like what I was saying before. Not really mannequins, but they're kind of like shirtless with armor. But the armor looks like it's rather big. He doesn't seem to have any chainmail or things like that. But what you can see, most of the stuff you end up seeing are just swords.
Oh, fuck this place. I'm just gonna go.
Okay. Let's go to you. What was your wisdom save?
4.
4. Alright, so as you're kind of talking and trying to communicate inside your own mind and really try to like reach something, it doesn't feel like you're able to actually talk to anything. You're just kind of like, hello? Hello?
You rolled a 4. Does he say it out loud?
No, he's talking inside. But you are able to make out something, which is like a small little pain somewhere. Like a pain. You can't really identify where it is. You just kind of feel like a pain that kind of chambers and it really like kind of chills down your entire body.
When are we establishing that this is actually happening? Like while they're in the shops or before?
I
or
think we all walked out at this
Yeah,
point.
while they're kind of walking out the shop, you're able to finally kind of get that.
Okay. And then kind of while I'm standing there
You
waiting.
can make
for y'all-
another effort to do it again too while we're walking.
Yeah, that's fine. So I guess as you guys are walking back, I'm kind of almost like wincing. I have like a headache coming on.
I was like, all right, we need to hurry up to the end before we get a repeat of Monsieur Edard.
Hey, what was his deal?
What do you mean? I mean, again,
Yeah.
like he is not a fan of the Thieves Guild and trying to basically free slavery. Understanding?
Well, what
Like,
does that
I
have
was
to do with Meg?
Same size.
Did you
He
get
doesn't
Same
like
size. Same size of the gnomes. That was all the slaves. So you're basically telling you to fuck off.
Well, did you guys get what you needed?
I did. I'm good to head back and rest. Realistically, at this point.
What?
Let's get some potions. Let's go to Emu really quick. If you're okay with that.
I mean,
That's what we were planning on.
it's on the
doing,
way.
so-
Let's go.
All right, let's go. I guess we just head towards Emu's shop.
Yep.
Okay. So as you guys end up finding your way over to the Eagle's shop.
I guess
You
while
end-
we're there, it's going that way outside.
Okay. All right. So go ahead and roll another wisdom save.
Something. Are you serious? 4 again.
So
Every
you're
time.
gonna end up feeling more of a pain, kind of like rattling across like your head.
Okay.
Like it's just like you're really straining yourself trying to reach out into something, but it's just not going anywhere.
Is he showing like any like expressions while that's happening, or is he pretty? Like, would I notice a difference?
You would probably notice that like he's kind of like rubbing his head a little bit more, kind of like rolling his temples.
You're alright there.
Yes, I'm fine. Just trying to communicate. No, it's really working.
What?
Whatever's in my head.
I think we need to speed up.
It's not. It's not trying to reach out to me. I'm trying to reach out to it. It answers.
So you know what it is.
I don't know what it is. It's something. But clearly. It's fine. We'll just keep going. Maybe we'll get some answers that he will.
Alright. Yep. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So you guys end up making your way through the town. Are we keeping the same marching order?
Probably.
So I want Elena to go ahead and roll perception for me.
I am blind.
Well, hopefully not this time.
13.
13. Okay, that's not terrible. Everyone, I just want to give a round of applause to Elena for rolling something other than a natural one. Everyone, let's just give it up for her. Just like really, just giving her every ounce of praise that we possibly can here. For not rolling a natural one.
Praise be to up.
Yeah, praise be to up. Yes, the made-up god of the party has.
No.
I mean, we'll see. You guys are like really perpetuating this whole thing about up, so who knows? Like, who knows what's gonna happen? It's gonna be pretty interesting.
Up stuff being real.
We're like that one race.
You're
that
gonna
think
just
about it.
think up into existence. So that's what it's gonna be.
So you know we run into a statue.
Yeah.
What is it? There is actually a race in D&D lore that if they think hard enough, whatever they believe in, it becomes reality. Like, I'm gonna have to look it up in some minute. But
Yeah,
let's
I'm
continue.
curious now. Send it to me if
Yes.
you're finding it. But so going back to this though. So I don't even remember what the hell what was it? What were you rolling?
You
Perception.
Oh, perception, yes. So as you're actually walking through the square, you're gonna end up noticing what looks like a kind of a kid being like pushed over by this little girl. This little girl just seems to kind of like just keep going over and just pushing this boy, like just off to the side, kind of like into this alleyway.
Would I notice? I mean, if I see them, I assume I would notice. He's not a gnome, right? Like it's not like a slave kind of stuff.
It's just a kid. It looks like it's just a kid.
Hey, what are you doing to him?
Huh?
Why are you pushing him?
What's it to you, lady?
It's just not nice. What are you doing? Who do you think you are? You can't just push people.
Roll performance.
What is this?
Has she like stepped away from
No.
the group at this point?
She like barely stepped out. This is happening.
I think you're talking about the
Four.
fish, right?
Yeah,
In the Underdark?
Let me tell you, okay? Adults don't tell me what to do, okay? My daddy is a lord, okay? Okay? So it doesn't even matter. Well, technically he's not a lord. He's in line for a lord if, like, the lord ends up not being the lord, and then the other person that's noble ends up doing that. So, like, he's, like, fifth in line, okay?
I want to bend down and
Hotel.
get like at face level with her. Listen, I don't care who your daddy is. That doesn't mean you can push people.
Go ahead and roll performance.
Don't care who your daddy is.
18.
Well, you're a stupid face, okay? And then you're gonna see her like stomp her foot down and just walk away, and like you're gonna see a little kid, like a little boy, just kind of like sitting there, like in the alley, just kind of looking at
Are you okay, kid?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
So it's okay.
it. Yeah. Okay.
Why was she pushing you?
In their latte.
She's just a big meanie.
Are you sure you're okay? Do you need anything?
Yeah.
Roll performance.
They're done.
12.
They're done.
You're just gonna see him kind of just like staring at you, and then just like get up and just run away.
Yeah,
Alright, I just shrug and I just keep walking to the group.
Okay. All right. So as you guys end up carrying on your way, you're gonna end up.
Are you guys gonna say anything about that? Or you guys are cracking up over there.
So we found out the race of
Oh, you did. You found
It's the
the race.
the
Kuatoa.
Kuatoa. So
They're just the fish people in the Underdark, and then they invented their own religion and gods, and because enough of them believed it so much that the gods became real.
Yeah.
And their god's name is like Bipdul Bloop.
yeah.
Well, so now I know when we go into a TPK, you guys are all gonna come back and start the frog people.
Got them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially, whatever they believe in, if they believe in it hard enough, it can come into
That, I mean, that's theoretically.
Do you know the way?
That's theoretically.
Do you know the way they're gonna?
I mean,
We're bringing them back. We're bringing
pretty
Knuckles
much how it
back.
is in a lot of D&D.
You got the Knuckles.
Like, that's how pretty much how patrons become
Don't
gods.
tempt me, man. Don't tempt me.
I mean, you're halfway there. You're.
Where are we in relativity to the?
So you guys, as you end up walking through the rest of your town square and end up or through the town square and through the market, you end up finally arriving at Rafe Metals Potion.
Yep.
So as you guys end up
we're
walking
missing
in the front door,
We're missing the person who has the best connection.
Well, that's all right. I mean, he's kind of connected to all of us now.
Okay. He wasn't a fan of you.
What do you
So
mean?
you guys are
He was
staying out
assassinated by me.
you guys are staying outside of Rafe Metals Potion.
Alright, I would want to walk to the front of the group.
The what?
The head in the group, like the.
Take point.
Because it was just the three of us initially that went in.
I've been there.
Well, I mean, like when he took a sample, right? He took the three of us to the back. So it was you, me,
I walk in.
and
You
Zach.
walk in?
I walk in.
All right, so you guys are having this discussion outside. He walks in. You guys can finish
Oh,
the discussion.
I wasn't having this discussion.
Okay, anyways.
I thought you were just trying to clarify something.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay, so you two walk in. You guys are having this discussion.
I was just trying to clarify shit, but okay. I really was just trying to clarify stuff. But
Well,
I
too
saw-
bad. You
I
guys
didn't
are
state
talking,
it. I didn't
okay?
state it. Hey, so I'm pretty sure. Well, they already went in. Fuck it. Too late now.
I just keep walking.
Okay.
As I kind of look around to see if I can spot a Ewell.
Hello there, friend.
Well, good day to you, Ewell. How are you this fine day?
I have been good. It has been very bright days. The evenings have had less light than usual, which is fantastic. Very good for our dark elves and our skin. Minimal light.
You are glowing.
Thank you.
You look amazing.
I appreciate that from
Or
a
not
lovely
so
group.
much.
I vaguely remember you. What was your name?
Kai. You took a sample of my friend and investigated us
I remember him. Oh yes, I remember you.
because we were
Sorry.
both in the ritual.
You were. I do remember you now. You're more spunky than you were before.
A little bit. I'm now a part of the group instead of just entering the group.
I rubbed off a little bit on him. Just
That's disgusting.
say this, Edard. You're disgusting. Alright, see, you just have purple shit come out of your ear. By the way,
At least I
Yeah,
to
he's
put
back
the-
there.
He
a little bit
transformed, by the way.
We are getting too ahead of
no,
ourselves.
I'm sorry. Can you transform purple goo with shit? Shit you said?
Will, to clarify a little bit, we took a job, went down into the sewers to
Well,
do a
they
little
don't
extermination.
think-
Shut the fuck up,
don't
Edard.
think-
Hold on, man. I'm calling you one person at a time.
No, just the bullet points. Come on.
I pick him up to put him at eye level as he's yelling at Edard.
Look at me, mate. Look at me. One person at a time.
That pushes him back.
So that's gonna be contested strength. So.
So,
I roll for that.
Contested strength. So
I want to help him. I'm just pushing his hand.
So whatever
Pushing
your
Edard's
strength is
hand off.
versus his.
So add your strength modifier.
So just a
To
nat
your roll.
roll.
Can you do it with advantage?
That'd be
since
a
I'm
9.
helping him push his hand off?
because
Damn it.
18 plus 5, buddy.
It's okay.
so you're gonna be
Circle
fighting
flicks
him
on
as like your head kind of slowly starts lowering a little. Like,
Don't you dismiss me?
Anyway, yeah, that purple goo, it kind of took over his brain, we think.
Whatever was left of it.
He turned into a creature.
Yeah, he turned into this
He hit
thing
me
with
like a
like
flying-
tentacle things.
wait. Were they actually tentacles, or
They were some sort of appendages.
I think I saw it twice.
They were basically
Technical, they're
tentacles.
tendrils, not tentacles.
Tentacles.
tentacles and tendrils are two very different distinctions?
Well, they didn't have suction cups on them, so I would assume they were tendrils.
I think acid had played effect in that. The more acid he was a part of, the more he turned in. Or consumed or stepped into.
Hell
Take these broken
Wings and learn to fly.
Alright.
Nice group of it. That was a very beautiful voice.
Thank you. I do appreciate it. I've listened to a couple of the bards come through, and I've heard some of their limericks and lyrics about the beautiful birds that. Anyway,
I digress.
it is actually a line.
Wait, were you
very
singing
much
Tiny
with
Bird? Is that what you were singing?
No, I was singing Blackbird. Beatles, bro.
Oh, Blackbird.
Beatles.
I thought you were
Beatles.
I thought you were
bro.
saying that spread your tiny wings and fly.
Beatles, bro. Oh my god, Beatles.
Tiny
It's
bit.
fine.
I much more prefer the free one, but I digress.
Yes, there's this week in the grill.
A little.
We could talk about our renditions of different birds and their lyrical distinctions between them, but I think what's really important here is so this all happened recently, so this all actually aligns with what I was saying. I guess where is the one that was Zatu?
He wasn't feeling well, mate. He said
He had to go take a nap.
But take a nap from what?
We almost lost him yesterday. Or
Today.
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 I almost
morning.
died too. I'm sorry. My brain's a little frazzled.
By the gods, what happened?
There are specters in the source.
Specters?
It is the infestation that we had the bounty to take care of.
By the gods, no. Specters only created by wraiths.
There is a wraith. We sold it.
There's
We did?
Dino sold the wraith.
I did.
there's a wraith in the sewers.
Yes, there is.
A wraith in... You do understand that wraiths don't just appear.
This one did.
Well, now we do.
No. I don't think you understand. Wraiths don't just appear. They're essentially summoned. They're brought there by something. They don't just come up. I've seen many wraiths in my time in the Underdark, but why would it?
So you're saying someone might have summoned this wraith?
This isn't right. It could be very well.
Do you think somebody tried to do it to kill us?
I don't believe so. You know what? This whole
Could
job
be.
is...
It could be the people trying to invade the city. Someone on the inside brought in a wraith, so when they attack, they release the wraith.
Well, that's why we need to get down there and
We
find
need to
out.
hurt-
That's
we
part
need to-
of the job.
I don't know. I don't know. We can keep an open mind about it. But I don't know.
I mean, you, if I remember right, you all are bounty hunters, and the Bounty Hunters Guild found this bounty for you, right? I'm
Well,
correct?
they said a lord wanted this done.
I mean,
They
the
had
Lord,
no question.
the Lord of the whole City of Pike.
Yes.
Yes, this kind of did a no questions asked kind of
Well,
job.
that's normally how the jobs work for the Bounty Hunters Guild, I suppose.
Well, yes, but there was really no more information to just find out what's going on in the sewers and exterminate it. And we assumed that's just what was it. We found a specter, and we assumed it was just a
Giant
haunt-
spiders, hordes of rats,
haunted sewers. So
I've
Lots
never.
and lots of acid.
acid water.
let's not forget. The
I'm
acid.
sorry.
Halflings.
There's acid underneath the city.
Well, it's the sewage. It's very acidic right now. I don't know if it's always like that, but
No. The sewers shouldn't be full of acid.
well, they are.
Maybe
They-
that's
They're not.
No. The sewers should.
Okay, so I'm not crazy because you all thought I was crazy when I said, "Why is there acid in the sewers?"
I didn't think you were crazy.
I never said you're crazy.
Well, you said, "Well, it's acid. How are they supposed to get rid of all the shit?"
Well, he's just immune to it. He just walked right through it. So
I don't understand. We're supposed to be pumping the sewage out into the ocean. That's why we're right next to the bay. Why? You must be pulling my leg. That we don't have. I'm not.
I
standing
whip
over
out one
top
of the potions
acid.
that I have, and I said, "This, from what I've determined, is what we have to be able to take to breathe. That's down in the sewer."
To breathe. What the?
I knew that from the
To breathe.
to survive down there.
This is obviously a potion of gaseous form.
Oh, I also take out whatever I have left of my rope that was dissolved in the acid. You kind of just see it from the tip. I threw my rope down in the sewer there. Investigate that as you might. That looks very acidic.
And not only that,
Hey,
the acid feeds the thing that's in
we
him.
don't know that, okay?
He touched it and he transformed.
That's not what happened.
Pretty much.
Well, that's pretty much how it happened.
You stepped into the
Would
acid.
since I had been in acid multiple times, would there be acid still on my skin at all? Residue
Is he
or
still
anything?
slippery? Is his
Ooh.
skin still
Roll
all...
investigation on it.
I don't even know. So.
Eh.
It's a 6.
Well,
You're not able to determine it.
I also did recall that.
Can I just go up and try to touch him to see?
I would assume it's kind of part of your investigation. Like you just
Oh,
kind of like
okay.
touch his arm, I will
Did-
terminate.
didn't
I did something to Edard as well. I kind of took my
This is
scimitar
good to me.
and scraped off
Yeah.
some of like the residue in it. Like it was gooey at first, and then it just hardened and like crippled
Are you
away.
explaining this to him?
I don't know. Sorry for the information dump. By the way.
No. This is all very, very helpful. So, I suppose backing up, what do you want from me?
Oh, if you
Because you gave me a potion and what looks like a burned rope, and now you are asking about your friend. What exactly do you want from me right now?
We came here first and foremost for the information about what is going on with me.
one of them.
Okay,
More, you know.
This is kind of secondary. We did not know
this
that
is secondary.
you,
yes.
we did not know that you would even have any idea of what's going on. So
No, I don't have any idea what's going on, but I know that there should not be acid underneath the city. That is acid in general is highly corrosive, and these sewage pipes should be working in a manner that essentially pushes the raw sewage out into the port and then goes out into the ocean. And if that's not happening, we just have acid sitting in the city. Then we're basically sitting on a time bomb.
okay, well then let's talk about the goo thing first, and then we'll talk about the solution for this.
Let's
Yes,
take that back.
yeah, very, very well.
Just have like this much left of rovers.
So going
All at the same time.
so going back to the goo. So the test that I ran on it, and I must ask you, sir, are you comfortable with me telling this to, or would you want more of a personal approach?
No, tell us.
I don't. I don't
It's not
care.
up
I,
to you.
I grew up in orphanage. There's not room for privacy. So.
Very well.
Bring that into play.
It would seem that you, my friend, are what is the best way to say this? Being from the Underdark, I've seen a great many things. I have seen horrors beyond your imagine. I have seen wonders beyond what most of the mortals on the surface can comprehend. But that goo that I ended up extracting essentially from you, that seems to be something that I actually recognize from my time in the Underdark. I don't think it's even really real. It feels surreal, honestly, and I don't really know what to say about it. So the actual substance itself, it seems like an incubation slime that we would use in the Underdark.
Okay.
Do you know what incubation means, sir?
Yes, it is well, in a sense, I mean, the most thing I could think about is with eggs.
That's a fair assessment. I never really knew what it was for, but I would see this slime. It was easily collected in the Underdark, and the fact that this is, for lack of a better way of saying it, from you, is not just perplexing, but it's troublesome. Is anything else been going? I need more. The test has only told me that this is an incubation slime, and my experiences in the Underdark have helped to reaffirm this. But what else can you give me that will help me to figure this
Pretty
out?
much anything that I can recall. They know more because I was kind of in and out at some points.
Whoa! You were in and out at some points.
Well, I guess I wasn't completely in control sometimes.
Yeah, he tried to kill me just because I was in front of him.
Listen, it's not my fault. At one point, I could walk through the acid without being hurt at all.
You were acid proof.
Yes, I guess essentially.
He actually
it's-
swam in it. He dove straight into
So
the
so
acid.
the acid that was on the city that shouldn't be on the city, that is
And I ended up cornering him into a side of the acid pool, and then he ended up coming out of the acid as this purple-ish creature that had tendrils, like four tendrils.
Can you actually? Are you planning on? I know this is part of your contract. Are you planning on going back under the city?
Didn't we take a sample of the acid?
We tried and kept breaking our bottles and stuff. It can't be contained.
Okay.
Do you have?
I have. So actually, I have, and it's an enchanted bottle.
Perfect.
If I can give this to you, and I normally wouldn't do this, but I must know if this is really happening. Get me a sample of this acid that's under the city. If what you're saying is true, and I want to believe you, I do. It's just, if this really is the case, what Zatu was telling me before about wanting to leave the city because of an ongoing attack or potential attack, I wouldn't do that. But if this city is sitting under a sewage cess of acid, I don't think I have a choice. I understand the science, the biology, the chemistry. But this will eventually end the city if this is really the case.
To add what you were saying, like, did talk about the city possibly being?
Can I have a side?
I will say this. You get me this acid sample, and this will do nothing but add to your credibility as a group. Okay? Actually, and you see him kind of like go over there and like pull something out from behind the shelf. This bottle right here. Who? I saw you first. Be careful. It is not just made of glass. This entire thing is made of glass and diamonds. And it is enchanted.
Okay.
It will hold any substance. Please bring it back. You have made a leap of faith by bringing this information to me. I'm taking a leap of faith giving this to you.
I'll leave you my word. Shall see if we turn out this bottle filled with substance.
Thank you.
At this point, I'd like to reach in my bag and pull out my notebook and start drawing. And I'd like to try to attempt to draw by memory what he looks like as a creature, just so he gets a better idea.
Roll history for me.
I would lean over to you, Dino. I would say, do you want me to just go get
Sorry,
it real
it
quick,
froze again.
the sample
I'll
real
reroll.
quick? And I can turn into a bird. I can take the vial, turn into a bird, fly over there, grab the sample, and come back.
13.
Are you saying that in character, by the way?
Yeah, I'm asking him.
Would you,
I have the ability to do it.
I would say, well, if you want to, that's fine.
I'm not as damaged as you guys are.
that's
Like,
also if you are even able to get back past the halflings.
that
and
was
everything
the
else.
side question I was going to ask.
well, no,
is
you don't even have to get past the halflings. It's as soon as you walk in.
I would need the key. Also,
No,
as
you don't
well.
need the key. There's pools of acid before the second level.
That's true too.
So you can just go walk in right where the well is.
Oh yeah.
There's some.
Do I have enough time to go there, come back, as well as take the long rest that we plan on taking?
Roll history for me. What'd you roll?
One.
You're unable to determine what period of time it would take you, just because you guys spend a lot of time in the market, a lot of time at the other square, and you're kind of lost in how much time it would take you. To
Does
get back.
anybody remember how long?
You know for sure though it would end up taking you at least half of a day. That's what you're thinking.
I think
Bird obviously changes that time, but
Well, that
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
well, I mean, I have enough to. I'm not gonna be able to I could fly over there. That would take half this, like the instant go there, and then walking back and drop off and go take a long rest is the plan. Is there enough time to do that?
I mean, we're
roll
theoretically
nature for me.
trying to go to bed at like a normal time.
Correct. You guys would. Well, that's
So roll nature for me.
So it all
I
depends.
mean,
on
it
the
was,
other.
it was like midday. When
yeah, we got out at
So-
noon.
Well, we were basically
What'd you roll?
at
7.
yeah.
You feel like that'd be plausible.
Okay, so I'm gonna say I have the ability to go do it now while you guys do the rest of whatever shopping or anything you need, because I don't need to buy anything else. I got my armor. That's all I need. So I can go take this and be back before ale time.
If you can do it quickly, I mean, that would probably
That's
save
up
time.
to him. I mean, how long you can be staying? Wait for him.
It seems like
My-
important information.
my friend, I am but a simple drow. My shop doesn't open until short past midday, and I don't close till later on in the evening. Don't go to bed till later on in the night.
I got
I'm not up during most of the day hours. I sleep at my shop. I will keep the door open for your friend, and I will keep around slightly later than I normally would be to ensure that he's able to drop off this sample.
Perfect.
Um,
So I realistically, at this point, I would take it because I would say, well, you guys good. I would take it and go do that.
Alright,
Well,
just
just
slide and get
be
going
careful.
quick.
I gently take it, and secure it in my bag so me flying doesn't do anything to it. And then I fly over there.
All right, so you're doing that. All right, going back to you guys.
I rolled a 13 for the drawing.
The drawing.
Sure.
Right.
Pee while you guys.
So with everything that's happening then, so this is what he looked like when he was in his form. You call it?
Pretty close. I mean, I'm not the best artist, but it's pretty close, yeah.
Oh wow.
How secure can you make your shop?
Secure.
I mean, it's
Are you gonna
possible. It's possible that if you guys feel like you could handle it, I could try to change. I reach out. I don't know.
Do you have like a way to like chain him up or something?
I mean, that would probably
Roll
be
persuasion.
the best form of testing.
Roll it with advantage.
Oh.
I do have a chamber in the basement that could be suited for this type of experiment.
It's totally up to you. We don't have to. It's really your discretion.
So, what I would assume based off of everything you've told me, fine. I'm only working off the information that you've informed me of. These.
With you saying that, I also have heard voices as
Oh, that changes everything.
well. Sometimes I hear many voices at once, to where it sounds like thousands and thousands of people screaming in my head. And sometimes I hear very distinct voices talking to me.
By the gods. I don't know of anything that would. There are things that are part of our world that really shouldn't be. There are things that have just existed or have entered into our plane of existence that I can't even comprehend. I would implore you all to go to Shadowstone. There is a library there in the Noble District. I don't know if you can be able to get into the Noble District, but there is a library in the Noble District that has a collection of all information, essentially, that you might be able to rattle through and find something along this. When it comes to the voices and what were you saying? You've heard not just one voice, but multiple.
Just several thousands. Just sounds like
Several thousands.
just crowds just screaming in my ears, in my head.
I would recommend going to that library in Noble District. They will be able to hopefully have some kind of a recollection of something. Keep in mind that this particular city, people come here and hunt for sport, and they do what they will with their free time, and the only people who do that are the people who are wealthy. Now those noblemen, when they come out there, they will venture in and read for hours and days, it seems like, at a time about these kind of things. I've had the privilege once of going in there. That's the only reason I know that this place, one, exists, and two, might have something relevant to you. I would recommend highly going in there. There are things that are beyond our fathoming in our plane that they might have something recorded on. But nothing like that have I seen. But what I can tell you, based off of what you've expressed to me, is I believe you, Sir Edard, are a walking incubation of something.
You.
There is something inside or belonging or subconsciously in you that is not just trying to survive and exist and be, but is relying on you to sustain it.
What do you think is so different about him that it's doing this? Like, why him? I mean, we were all down there with the witch. Like, why do you think there's a reason that they picked him?
Did anything unordinary happen to you while you were down there? Having not experienced this, I'm not sure.
I mean, I know that from what we told you last time, that they had pulled me through that portal,
His hair went into his joint.
and I told you what they had seen.
I do remember that, but I wish you were able to get a better image of it, and I could potentially help us pin this down. It could be some kind of a hive mind. It could be. There are so many options. I would recommend the library, honestly. That would be my recommendation to you. You'll be able to find so much more out there. I really wish I could help you more. Somebody roll performance with advantage. And I think Elena,
Yeah.
you were the one who was wanting. Well, you're not here. Elena, you were the one who was wanting to have him tested downstairs.
I just
Is it performance?
With advantage, yeah. So with the help action.
Dirty 20.
I would say we could test you in the basement.
Everybody feels like they can handle it.
Just the two of you.
I worry though.
You're weak.
I worry
I mean, I'm okay.
that if this happens, you might break free. I might not be able to contain you, and you might break loose to this.
Well, you've fought it off before. How did you break through?
I don't know. I mean, I just kind of happened. I mean, I can't really say.
What kind of room are we talking? Is it like steel door, like kind of situation, or is it?
I prefer not to say.
Well, I mean,
It's the fact that I even told you about this room. I probably shouldn't have.
It is up to your judgment.
I think if
As long as they're fine with it, then it's up to you. Because there's nothing I can say. I mean, it could happen to me regardless of whether I want to do it or not.
I would recommend. I would recommend get any more information you can, and that will help to set me up, so I know what we could be dealing with. I don't know exactly what the gravity is of what we could be dealing with.
Yeah, I can't second that. Especially with everyone else gone. I think we would need all hands on deck. Especially if you were to transform into that monstrosity again. It'd be better off 5 people versus 3, 2.
I think if we have 5 people, and we knew what we were potentially going up against, kind of the weaknesses, the strengths, or I don't even know if we can get that, just any information at all, then we might have a fighting chance. And you said you said that he doesn't have control.
It's not now.
It seems like he was able to break through it a couple times. I think it's.
But he had to try and break.
Yes, for sure.
I don't think it'd be very smart to try to unleash it on you.
I agree. I think it would be better off to know exactly what gets you into this form, what it could potentially be, and then we could go from there. So that would be my recommendation to you. But
I'm fine with that. I'm comfortable with that.
well, so with this though, is there anything at all that I could help you with before your friend ends up coming back?
Do you happen to have any healing potions on hand?
I didn't get any potions of greater healing, but I did get 3 potions of healing.
Okay. How much for one of those?
So the potions of healing, let's see. I am getting these at a bit of a premium simply because of everything that's happening and some of the rumors going around the city. So it's going to be about 65 gold a piece.
Is there any possibly anything that you think might help me with this situation?
In what way? Helping you control it or helping you?
Yes, that, or maybe a way to suppress it or harness it or what? I don't really know exactly what to tell you because I still don't know what's going on. So.
No. I 100% agree. The only thing I could think of. I do have a potion. I can't guarantee that this will work, but I do have a potion of resistance, and this essentially it will give you it will give you a resistance to something, some kind of a damage you could sustain. And if you're worried about a particular type of damage inflicting, like I know your friend here was Elena, she was suggesting maybe acid. If you feel like that could be part of it, then that might be beneficial. But then again, I don't know. I don't feel like I have enough information to really confirm or deny whether or not this will be beneficial to you. I wish I did. Trust me, I do.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say.
It's a pricey potion too. It's about 310 gold. It's not cheap.
Well, to add to what you were saying about the acid, anything else that you might have in your ways that could prevent us from inhaling toxicity of acid?
He seems to think that. Sorry, I forgot you're not here anymore. Kai seemed to think that potion of gaseous form helped him breathe down there.
Oh, it was.
Well, you're not there. So, the way a potion of gaseous form would works would be similar to the way that the gaseous form spell would work, which essentially allows you to kind of inherit the form of a gas. You're more of a, not really spectral, but more of a gaseous form. You could slide in between small crevices. You almost pass between areas that you wouldn't normally be able to walk, like crevices in walls or slits in doors or keyholes and things like that, vents, and just miscellaneous things like that. It normally doesn't help with breathing per se.
Well,
But so you're looking for some kind of a ventilator?
Maybe. Or
yeah. If you have one, that'd be great. I might be interested in getting one of those potions though, just in case, because he really seemed to think that it really
A
made
potion of
difference.
resistance?
No, sorry, the potion of the gas one.
Oh, I don't have any of those in
Oh, you
stock.
don't?
I'm sorry.
Well, How about just like a scarf or bandana? Do you have anything of that?
So, I do have some alchemy respirators that I use. I only have 2 though. I'd be willing to get rid of 1. I don't know when the next one will come in. When I'm dealing with some aspects of alchemy, I do need a respirator because the byproducts that are created in the process are rather toxic. I could get rid of 1 though.
Oh, how much would you let it go for?
This it allows me to create very, very potent and powerful potions. Mind that this thing is not something easy to come by. Normally these will end up going for about 100 gold.
Alright, interesting.
Well, what if all 3 of us pitch in on it? You wear it down there. That way you're a little bit more resistant.
I don't think I need to wear it. If anything, it would probably be beneficial for either you or Zatu to wear it. Since you guys just aren't as hardy as we are.
I mean, I would just be fine with a scarf or bandana.
I mean, the guest didn't really affect me. It was just.
As far as we know,
I mean, that's what it seems like. I mean, I was down there for a while before anything happened. It was just more the fact that when I stepped into the acid and really got hurt, I think that's what triggered it.
Wait, so you think pain triggered it?
I don't know. I mean, it's sort of a coincidence, maybe.
I want to pinch him and see if like.
I mean,
No, like because it's like a tiny little bit of pain. I want to see if maybe like his eyes flicker or something.
Okay, so go ahead and roll a sleight of hand and
Oh,
investigation.
shit. How far out
Sleight of
am I
hand
on
and
my
what?
journey right now?
You're pretty far out at this point.
Sleight
Go
of
up.
hand and what?
Sleight of hand and investigation.
Okay, sleight of hand is 16, and investigation is 6.
All right, so as you end up kind of pinching him, you're gonna end up feeling that you kind of end up cracking a little bit of this layer on him. And as you crack that layer, the layer kind of like begins to like just crack a little bit, and then it just kind of like folds away. And as you do, you see him kind of like flinch a little bit, but you're not able to discern anything crazy about it.
Did you see that? His skin cracked. Did you see it?
I don't think I want to see it.
I want to do it again. Just come here. Look.
Just if you want to do this right, then I just punch myself in the face.
Oh god.
All right, go ahead and make an attack roll.
Oh my god.
Ooh, Kalena, make him do it again.
Mage hand.
Oh god. Y'all are gonna get fucked.
Another strike. It's
How much
14.
health do you
Oh
have?
man, it just misses. I rolled
So
a 14.
you know, so like, your muscles kind of get in the way, and you don't actually hit yourself.
Oh, no.
How did you miss your own face?
I don't know.
You want in on this?
You know, to be honest, I would kind of prefer if we don't try to awaken whenever this might be in his shop.
Pinching it didn't do anything other than make his skin look
Well-
all cracked.
So, to be honest, you're not sure if that does anything. He's not sure if that does anything. I'm not sure if that does anything. And I would prefer if we don't experiment inside my shop full of
Okay,
very
okay.
The
expensive
stuff in here
potions.
seems pretty expensive.
Okay,
although, you know, let's
you're
try not to
right.
break
You're
anything.
right. I'm sorry.
It just doesn't seem right.
It's like a nag.
Yeah. Oh, before I forget. Can you investigate this for me? And I take off the ring. And I stole this off a witch. I forgot to show this to you earlier, actually. There you
Holy.
Turns you into a witch.
I was like, you put it on? I was like, oh shit.
How long have you been wearing this?
Oh
Uh-oh.
shit.
Uh-oh.
I take a step back.
You
Kind of start
that is-
gripping my axe a little bit.
Put the shot in your bag.
Nah.
Oh.
You know, that's what I said.
I had no.
I've said that a lot of times.
Is this the
Okay.
first time you've taken
Yes.
Oh shit.
it? How do you feel?
It's fine, mate.
Go ahead and roll a wisdom save.
Shit.
If your wisdom saves are anything like mine.
14.
You're gonna end up kind of feeling like a little bit of like a, what's the right way of putting this? You're gonna feel like a clinging towards the ring.
Oh.
Like it's almost like it's been out of your possession for comfort.
Okay.
Keeps
I
going back to
just-
Lord of the
I feel
Rings.
I feel fine, man. I just haven't, I haven't taken it off. What if I kind of see it?
Yes.
Thanks. Just... Were you able to see anything?
Well, it's definitely peculiar, and it's definitely So you got it off of a witch. So a curious question: why would you put something on that a witch was wearing? If you thought she was evil, right? From what I remember us talking about before.
Look, I just take the spoils from my kids. Saw the ring, very flashy. Decided, look nice on my hands, on my fingers.
Be careful with that ring. Be very careful with that ring.
What's up with the ring?
So the markings in it are very, very. They're not normal, and some of the markings on there, they actually seem like they weren't even engraved, almost like whatever the tell looks like tentacles or something on there. They were actually built onto the ring, like the tentacles themselves actually formed and then hardened around the finger. It seems like it has some kind of a living aspect to it, but it's obviously not living now. But it looks like the way it was and so much detail that's in there, it couldn't have been carved.
Can I get a closer look at that? You don't have to take it off.
Alright, just you can look at it. There you are.
Could I tell if those are tendrils or tentacles?
How easy are you making it for it to look?
Can I just do I guess like that, and a quick like that,
Okay.
like 5 seconds maybe.
Okay. Go ahead and roll investigation.
That was almost a 19. It's a 6.
So it's difficult for you to really make a distinction, but they don't look like tentacles.
But you said it looks like it was almost a living. You don't think that's when you scraped his skin, it attached to your dagger,
My sword.
your sword, and then it got. You think it's the same thing?
I don't know. I don't think so. I
Well,
mean
if you
that
see it-
like dried up as soon as I put it on my sword.
Yeah, let him look at it. Actually,
Oh.
Just I walk over and just reach for his hand.
God, hey, fine.
Just to
Here,
touch it.
Just here. Just quick with it.
Roll a wisdom save.
Every time you take it off. Oh shit.
9.
Does it seem
Just
like
the second you kind of get rid of it, you're like you start like panicking, like he's gonna like break it or something. No, like you're like panicking, like you think like he's about to like break like this thing that you just like can't get rid of.
Does it seem like it's reacting to me holding it at all or anything?
It doesn't seem like it's moving or anything. You see kind of like a spiraling inside of the actual like jewel of the coin.
Can I see what is spiraling in there?
Go ahead and roll investigation.
god.
Where am I?
Halfway
You
there.
flew.
I flew.
Yeah, at
13.
this point, you might be like close to the story.
Just close to the
13.
Is that?
13.
So as you're actually looking at the ring, you're not. as you're kind of like looking at the ring, you can see like a kind of like a spiraling smoke inside of it.
I try to walk away so I can kind of shine in the light when
Yeah,
I'm walking
Okay,
away
you
from
go a
him.
little bit closer there.
Can you just stay back there and give me some space?
Look, man,
for a
look,
second?
look, I just told you.
Let the druid.
So
It's very valuable.
So you notice it's spiraling a little bit. I want you to roll sleight of hand for me.
Oh, wait, oh, oh.
Oh, you dropped that. You dropped the ring.
Where's Penny?
Oh no!
She's pretty good about that. You got it right.
Ooh, that's a. Would you say sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand, yeah.
17. 19.
Okay. So as you're kind of messing with the ring, you're kind of like fiddling with it between your fingers. And as you end up kind of like getting it like kind of partly over one of your fingers, you're gonna see the jewel just kind of like stop, and you're gonna hear like kind of like a little bit of like a ringing just happen,
A ringing?
like a ringing in your ear.
So, like, I pretty much got it to like that.
Yeah, and it's just kind of hear a ringing.
Swipe back. Swipe back.
Okay, go ahead and roll sleight of hand.
My
23.
rolling contest.
Yeah,
Yes,
so maybe
right,
that's
23.
All right, unless you don't feel like you'd really be paying attention.
I mean, he's kind of like getting up on me, so probably.
So roll your contested then.
Because you're pretty high up. You could just
nat two.
probably just do this.
Nat 2. He said
To 4.
a nat 2.
So you're gonna manage to swipe the ring back.
Did you hear ringing in your head?
No.
I
Are you okay?
No, as soon as the ring started to kind of go on my finger, my head started ringing.
Well, you've been hearing a lot of things in your head.
You don't hear a ringing in yours.
No. You've been hearing voices.
Okay, but that's something I've never heard before.
Well, I've never heard voices in my head.
Okay. I will say that I did notice when it started going on my finger, the smoke stopped. There's like smoke in the middle moving around.
So as you end up looking at it, go and roll investigation.
3 minus 2, 1.
Oh, jeez.
So as you're kind of like glancing at it, you don't see like anything out of the ordinary. It seems like everything's just kind of normal, and you're really just like kind of distracting yourself with the fact that like okay, everything's as it should be.
Yeah, that's okay, mate.
Oh, it's fine. Whatever.
Alright.
Your funeral.
So, nothing distinguishable,
I
I
didn't
guess.
even know that.
I didn't either. I had no idea.
Oh, I guess nothing out of the ordinary then, so pay no more. So I'll just keep it for my sake.
Okay.
That ring's not cursed, is it?
Hmm?
He seems pretty attached to it.
So if I can be honest, that was actually one of my first speculations. But is he normally like this with jewelry and
No.
accessories and just miscellaneous things? that you find?
I
Is he
saw
very
him
attached
with,
to it?
like this with apparel boots, but
You know,
it's
mate.
not that bad.
Elena, is he normally like this around possessions? Is he very attached to things?
Don't nod your head, no, you're
It
not.
kind of depends on what it is. He seems a little handsy, for lack of a better term, with certain things.
Have you done much thieving in your day? Is this you one of those kleptomaniacs?
It was a long time ago, mate.
Very good.
I'm keeping an eye on him. Don't worry.
Very good. So if that truly is the case, then just watch out for each other, please. I'll be awaiting when your friend gets back. I know I gave you those potions of healing, but anything else that I can do for you?
We agree on the mask, the respirator.
Yes, were you wanting the respirator?
What's how much was that?
It was 100.
Yeah, 100 gold.
100 gold.
I mean, what's clear my gold?
I would assume the respirator works for acid. I'm not sure how long it will work, but it should work for acid. It works for most of the potions that I muddle, and in most of the concoctions I find myself dealing with on a daily basis. So I would assume it would protect you from this dastardly acid that's in the air.
I mean, I think it would probably be a good idea to have one for the group anyway. And if it doesn't work for acid, it might not be a bad.
At least one,
Yeah.
I guess.
How much gold do you guys
we're not there.
have? I
I mean, if it's for the group, I guess I can part ways with some gold. What?
It'll be fine.
Very well.
Split 3 ways.
Well, here, let me go in the back then. You see him kind of walk over into the back, and you're him like kind of actually shuffling through a couple things. You see him walk out with this respirator. It looks pretty interesting. It actually looks like it's basically a full mass that kind of comes down through. It has this giant piece of what looks like tin that you could hear like little pieces of what we can kind of imagine to be rocks inside of it. Then as she ends up handing it off to you, you're gonna end up noticing there's kind of like a smell of charcoal up front.
It would pretty much be 33 gold and some change for the three of us.
I'll put the 34 in, so that way.
Alright, 3 ways.
That's fine.
Sounds good.
Very well. Well, I'll be waiting for your friend to come back.
Alright, well,
Hopefully, when you come back in the morning, if hoping you do, I'll have some information on you.
alright, well, guess we'll be taking our leave. Just tell him that, or should we wait for him?
I would assume it's going to be.
I
a
said
minute
meet
for
you up for ales.
Oh yeah, he did say that. Okay,
Yeah,
never mind.
we'll
Let's
go
meet
back
him.
to the ZN Inn.
Alright, so I guess we'll just go back to him.
Am I gonna be holding on to the respirator?
It's for you. So.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. You pay the extra.
All right. So you guys end up finding your way back through town, and I'm assuming you guys are going back to the tavern that you guys have always been going to.
Yeah, the ZN well.
The Zenwo Inn.
Yeah.
Or wait, so you guys are going. Wait, you guys are going to the inn, or you guys are going to the tavern?
Oh yeah, I thought it was the
Oh.
Gorge and Mary.
Yeah,
So
the
we're
Gorge
going
and Mary
Gorge
to
and
the
Mary.
tavern, but you guys
Oh,
go to the
okay.
inn. So you guys going to the Gorge and Mary?
I guess we should, since I guess he's under the impression that's where.
So as you guys end up walking your way through town
Isn't
and
there
heading
rooms
over to the
upstairs?
Gorge and Mary,
Yeah, there are rooms upstairs.
you guys end up finding your way over there without any kind of issue. And you guys arrive at the tavern.
I want to share with you an
Edit faster!
You don't get a free ad.
Do I see Barry?
So you end up walking inside the tavern, and as you're actually in the tavern itself, you're gonna end up noticing that it's not extremely packed, but it looks like it's a little more crowded than what you'd expect around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock again. Looks like Barry's not actually there. He has somebody behind the counter kind of working.
Is it James or somebody else?
You can tell it's James, yeah.
How long of time period has passed?
At this point, with them walking through a town and everything, you're probably looking at about like maybe an hour. So you're probably like in the sewer getting a sample.
Takes me how long to fly there?
Fly there and find it, and
We're probably going to be waiting here for a little bit, so looks like James is behind the bar. You were
What was
looking.
his name?
You were looking to talk to Barry about the situation of the city.
Yeah, but looks like Barry isn't here.
Well, maybe James knows where he is now. I think I might go sit in the back room and try to keep my mind occupied.
I'm gonna follow him.
And then I'll just go to the back room.
okay.
Is that the barrel of ale still back there?
As you guys go into the back room, it looks like the barrel of ale for the bounty hunters is still back.
I'd like to go up and
Is there anybody else in this room right now? Or is it just...
So when you end up going back there, you're going to end up noticing that there actually is one other person back there.
is it somebody that we would recognize? Or
Nobody you've recognized them.
Is it human or what?
So this is actually a. Let me double check really quick before I tell you. So this is actually a air genasi standing over there in the corner.
Good evening, my friend.
What are you doing here?
We are bounty hunters like you, I would assume.
What's your name?
My name is Edard. This is Elaine.
Do you mean our group or
Yes, your group, your names.
the IRS?
You use the news.
Yes, we are the group top.
My name is Breeze.
They breeze?
Breeze.
Belize.
Belize.
Like a place.
No,
thought it was-
Breeze.
Breeze.
Bree?
BREEZ.
Yes. You are
I
new
can't
to
ask
the
questions.
Bounty Hunters game.
What was that?
You're new to the Bounty Hunters game.
Yes. Yeah. Pretty new. You can't tell by all my bruises.
Yes. Which contracts have you been involved in?
Well, our first one, we killed the witch that was out in the swamp.
That was you.
Yes, it was.
Very peculiar. Zen was telling us that no one has yet to complete that, but yet you claim to have.
Yes,
When did he tell you that nobody's completed it?
That was but 2 days prior.
How would I? Obviously, I would know how long it's been. How many days it's been.
It's been about like a day and a half.
yeah. It wasn't that long ago that we completed it. He said that they had sent 10 other teams over there before us.
Yes, I do believe that. Very interesting. See, I've been on new contracts myself. Do you care to answer or ask?
Sure. Yeah. What contracts have you been doing?
I am so glad that you have asked about the contracts. You see, these are the people that are relied on to take these very difficult contracts that have been coming through in these ports. You see, with these rumors of these imminent attacks on that city of Fake, it has been believed that some of the port missions, if it's not been necessary, but believes that they are just very necessary. You see, the ones I've been working on most have been in the pursuit of the piracy that has been going on these days. They have taken down 2 of the major piracy groups coming through the ports.
Well, that's fantastic.
Really?
We don't need all these pirates going around the city in the area.
Absolutely. Now, you see him go ahead and chug a little bit of ale. I best be leaving you. Enjoy the ale.
It was a pleasure meeting you, Brace.
You hear him just kind of like walk out. And as he does that, you're gonna end up seeing kind of like him like flick his hand. You're gonna end up seeing a little bit of a breeze kind of pushing his hair out of the way and starts walking out.
I mean, he was the Genasi. We have bothered the Genasi with us, and he's weird too.
Yeah. I guess you're right.
But he's their own, so.
You're gonna
I
have
wish
just
I could do
dropped
that,
off.
Breeze thing.
Okay, so I would have come back.
Yeah, you would have just dropped off the potion. Now you're walking.
Well, would I've had any conversation with him?
You could have had a minor conversation. It would have been.
I didn't need anything to buy anything, so I would.
Okay. So it would have more just been like a small like handoff conversation. Nothing of substantial.
Actually, I would have asked if he had any potions of spell slots.
Okay, so we'll roleplay this then. That is not something that I'm very familiar with. potions of spell slots.
That was called. Some
Potions of mana.
Potions of wizard.
Or potions of magic.
I have notes somewhere about it.
Yeah, well, look at your notes then.
What could you explain to me what it is you're looking for?
It allows me to cast another ability, another spell.
Are you talking about potion of mana?
Yes.
I have never in my days actually attempted making those.
Oh.
They're extremely unstable and difficult to create.
That's what I hear.
That is actually one of the few things that I do not dabble in. Just because if you get the combination even just slightly wrong, the actual potion can combust and explode. I'd be wrong to say I'd like to keep my shop the way it is.
Wait,
Normally, you're only going to find those things in deep and dark dungeons.
Oh yeah, Kai doesn't know.
Kai doesn't know about those.
I mean, I feel like I would have known what they are. Like, I would not have seen one, like in our
I
excursion.
guess that's kind of.
I think you would have heard.
I mean, I'm old enough. I'm old enough in like age.
I'll give it to you in a sense. I think Zatu would have mentioned. Okay. If you guys are talking about potions, it's really just something that you find in some of these ancient ruins and things like that. I mean, there are ruins outside north of the city if you were going out venturing that way, but it's not something you're normally going to find in a major city just because it is so difficult to create. Normally, you might find them in some small towns here and there if you find like a good alchemist, but it's not something that they normally dabble in.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that. I'm going to. Go
If
catch
I
up.
have any come through, I'll let you know. But I don't
Can you determine anything off this acid from right off the bat? Or are you gonna need to do
I'm
some
going to need to
testing?
run some tests.
Okay.
So
So I will.
I'll be up most of the evening, so I'll be working with
Okay. So we'll be back in the morning. We'll come
this.
soon.
Morning, probably more so afternoon. I'll be sleeping.
So we'll probably make a couple pits. Yeah. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely, sir. Thank you.
Do you know where they went? I believe I told you to go to the tavern. But I-
They were making whispers of heading to the tavern.
so I gotta make my way to the tavern.
All right, so going back to you guys. So Dino, you're over there at the bar.
I guess I make my way back over to the bar and I just go up and have a seat.
Expecting something like.
I kind of just gesture to James. Yes, sir.
Yes. What can I do?
A glass of the strongest ones you got.
So sadly, Barry's taken the rest of that out back for himself before he went ahead and pulled off this shit. We only had a little bit left. I can give you some Dragon's Ale. Like,
Dragon's Ale will be fine. And you mentioned Barry. How is the fella?
I mean, it's as good as I'll get. He's getting a little bit under the weather today, but
And you say he just got off his shift. Is he still here or?
no, God's no. He wasn't even on shift today. He had plans of coming back in, but just kind of left for the day. He left it up to me.
Does he normally do that? No, he was just feeling under the weather. You said.
It's just the weather. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Yeah, he's a rather rotund fella, and he's not in the best shape of his life, but
no, I just a little worried about him.
oh, of course, I think we all are, honestly.
Right. Yeah, there's just some pressing matters about some questions that we want answers to. But no worries. We can get back to that later when we get to it.
Roll performance.
It'll be 15.
So I wouldn't feel comfortable going and interrupting him, but perhaps tomorrow morning. I mean, if he's feeling up to it, he should be back in tomorrow. He should be opening tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay, that's good. Thank you for telling me. Actually, I'll make sure to stop by and say hello. Say how he's feeling.
Absolutely, thank you, Dino.
All right, but
Absolutely. So this ale then 5 silver.
5 silver. Here you go. I gave him the 5 silver.
Absolutely, thank you, sir.
Right.
Okay. So I'm assuming you're gonna go in the back then. The rest of them, or
I want to immediately chug that, and then can I have another one to go?
oh, I don't see why not. You see him go ahead and just pour another one off the keg.
Perfect. Okay. You split a gold piece. Make some
I
change.
could absolutely do that. You see him go ahead and make a change for you.
Perfect. Thank you, good sir.
All right. So
Pleasure.
you're making your way through the town. Let's have you go ahead and roll perception. What were you saying?
No, just a pleasure. And just take a and just
Hold us.
make my hop down, make my way to the room that they were.
Okay. Cool. All right. So you three, you're sitting back in that room.
Oh, I'm in the back room now.
No,
No.
the three of them are sitting back in the
Oh.
room.
He was asking you to roll
What was your
perception
perception?
because you're walking.
Yeah. So what'd you roll? 1. All right. So you were
I thought you were like.
blissfully,
Oh, no.
like, doing this to me.
blissfully walking through the town. So the three of you are in the back. All right. So what do you guys go?
I guess while I'm sitting there, I'm trying to
Okay. Go ahead and roll my wisdom save.
talk to somebody.
I'm sitting there just
It's
drinking my
still-
ale, like holding it like this, and
It-
just like
it is-
staring at him.
I can call it right now. It's gonna be so terrible. Every time I do it, it's so bad. Ooh, never mind.
Oh jeez.
That is a what wisdom save?
Yeah. Wisdom
That
save.
is 19 plus 1, so dirty 20.
So as you end up kind of trying to like talk to somebody, what are you saying?
Probably just like, what thought are you? Who? Get out of my head. What? Just kind of, just trying to say anything to spark up something.
Okay, so as you're kind of mumbling that, you're gonna end up like feeling a sharp pain just kind of like go throughout your body. You're gonna feel all your muscles just kind of tense for a moment. And as that happens, you're gonna end up hearing a voice kind of like it's gonna kind of like fade between a couple different like vocal octaves. As it kind of dials in on one, you end up hearing a voice say, "Why? Why are you doing this to me?"
What do you mean? I'm not doing anything to you.
Is he talking out loud?
Are you talking out loud or are you just talking?
Probably like not.
Like mumbling, kind of?
Yeah, sort of. Like not necessarily whispering, but a little louder than whispering.
I'm like scooting back a little bit, but I'm still like Grogu sipping his soup.
Just enjoying the show.
Oh.
I don't understand. It was have not succumbed.
To what?
Us. You're gonna hear that kind of echo.
Well, what is us? Do you have a name? Do you have an origin? Who are you?
Will you arrest my God? It's getting to me.
We are what you should have been. You should have been one us. But I don't think you really understand exactly what it is.
That's exactly the point. That's why I'm asking.
I don't think it even really matters exactly what is going on. But then again, I don't think anything that we say is enough for what you believe.
I don't believe anything. I'm trying to figure this out. And why you're in my body.
Oh, you're gonna hear like all this echoing laughter. We are not just in your body. We are everything that you set forth to be. We are what is in your bones. We are what is in your mind. We are exactly everything that has come to be you and will continue to set forward into the future. But nothing will really ever be you anymore. Or one thing that you must come to recognize is we are now the codependent sense. Self-reliance on what really is us. We are us. And us is you.
So how do we make this work? I
You
mean,
hear like echoing laughter. Go ahead though.
is there any benefit to you being in my body?
No. The benefit is you living for as long as you have. You'll either die approximately 2 to 3 days, or we will die. But you're not making this easy for us. You're not making it easy for you. I know about your childhood. I know everything that you are. But the one thing that really perplexes me is the fact that you don't really seem to understand. The gravity of what is truly yours is truly mine. Everything that you believe right now, all the memories you seem to find true, are not actually you. The experiences that you're starting to have inside your very mind are not actually yours, but are something greater than what you have ever come to know. But I will say that y'all don't believe much of anything, but you shouldn't. Nothing is real except for this. What will happen to you or me. Not both, just one. We're codependent for the time. That is all that you need to know.
Is you're trying to say that I'm apparently going to die in a couple of days? What if that doesn't happen? What if I don't die and you continue to survive? Then what?
It has always happened. There has always been somebody who dies in this transaction. And I'll guarantee you, it will not be me.
And what's going to happen if it is? You will just cease to exist. I'll be back to normal.
And you hear just laughter going everywhere. Nothing will ever cease to exist. Well, you don't believe in the gods. We don't either. Gods are nothing but figments of this reality. But what we know is a higher truth. What I know is more than you will ever know. I'm the collective, and you are the one. But I am the one that will complete everything that you set out to be.
So are you just essentially trying to kill my inner self and take my body?
You're not ready to comprehend. But I will tell you, as I slowly take what is mine, was truly gifted to me by those who set you up for this. She's not with us, but I do thank her for it.
You're speaking of the witch.
I might be now. Roll their wisdom save.
Come on. Give me crap now. That's not bad. 9.
And you hear the voices just kind of fade out.
Wow.
You're actually gonna walk into the room after this is happening.
After this has happened.
Yeah, like basically the tail end of that is happening.
So I think after the voices fade out, I would just like be frustrated, be like, "No, stop, no, come back."
What?
Kind of like getting frustrated and then kind of shaking myself up.
What's going on?
Come back. What?
You just go ahead, man.
How long was I?
That conversation took about like 45 minutes.
Oh, really?
Huh?
Jesus!
Huh? God damn, that was awful. You're past.
And I'm just like wide-eyed, like.
Would I perceive?
You guys. So here's what you guys would have seen. You guys would have seen him just kind of like sitting there, just like doing this, periodically, just like mumbling. Like it kind of looked like if you. So both of you guys roll investigation.
I heard the last part, right, as I walked in.
Uh, 18.
Okay.
I believe mine was an 18 as well. It glitched and froze again.
So
Oh,
what?
No, 14.
Okay, so both of you guys are going to notice this. So as you both were actually staring at him over the course of this, like, basically almost hour, you're going to end up hearing him just kind of, like, mumbling, and then you're going to actually be kind of, like, watching his eyes and kind of seeing your kind of twitching a little bit, so you're kind of, like, looking around. And then you're going to end up actually seeing his eyes, like, jittering around, even though they're closed, kind of jittering around, almost like he's scanning.
Like in
looking.
REM sleep kind of thing.
Yeah, he's like looking around, like he's like actively looking and searching and doing things. And you're just it doesn't make sense. And it's just like all these little things. It feels like he's almost living in another world temporarily, as he's during this conversation. It seems to last only a couple minutes.
You said I only perceived it the last couple minutes, and that was it.
What just happened? What?
You guys are gonna see him like actually open his eyes back up again
Yeah.
and start rubbing his forehead.
Are you okay?
I mean, I was able to talk to whatever was in my head for a couple
Couple minutes. It's been like
It's been almost an hour, man.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah, we're like, this tank is almost empty.
What
Wouldn't seem that's long.
time was it when I got to the bar?
When you got to the bar, you wouldn't know time.
Like, what time of day?
Time of
Like,
day,
Is it dark out?
probably closer to sundown. Not fully sundown, but close to sundown.
I mean, yeah, I was able to talk to it. Well, they
What did they say?
kept referring to it as us, and I am part of that now. The main thing is it mentioned that pretty much I am going to die in 2 or 3 days.
Why?
And if that does not happen, then it dies. But it's fairly confident that it is the one that's going to live.
And why does it think that?
I don't know. It's mainly seems like its goal is to kill me and take my body.
That's great.
Well, it's almost succeeded doing that, but at the same time, yeah, I feel like it's safe.
We'll see. It did mention the witch. Said the witch was not part of them, but they did thank them her for it. I was going to talk to them more about the witch, but it conked out. I lost it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna have a decision.
I hand him a cup of ale.
I would have gone and grabbed a cup of ale myself.
I would
Him
have
a
refilled
cup?
my cup.
Grab him a cup? Or
No,
grab...
myself.
Oh, okay.
So as you guys are hanging out at the tavern, you're finishing your ales and everything. You guys want to hang out a little bit and chat, or you want to go back to the tavern and try to get a full night's sleep?
I would have taken trying to get a full night's sleep.
Yeah, I think
I
that
did a
one
long
I'll be
rest.
ready for that.
Okay. So as you guys end up finishing up your drinks over at the tavern, you end up heading back over to
Are there rooms upstairs?
Not at the tavern.
not the tavern, at the Zenwo or the Zewo Inn. There is. So you go to the Zewo Inn, you end up getting rooms over there. So everyone is going to end up costing you a night. I'll have to double check, but I'm pretty sure it was 5 silver a night. So yeah, I think that's right. So it's gonna be 5 silver a night for you guys. And you know that Zatu already checked in. You're able to find that out, and you guys are all able to get a good night's rest. So you guys all get a long rest. And
5 silver apiece.
5 silver apiece. Yep. So you guys all managed to get a long rest, and I'm assuming we wake up here going into the next session with you guys bright and early in the morning. Maybe getting a little bit of bread for a little bit of breakfast, chatting it up, figuring out what the hell you're gonna do moving forward, and proceed. So with that being said, we'll go ahead and end the session there. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining us for this evening. Anyone who's watching this video back, feel free to come out and follow us on Twitch. That's going to be Millennial Tavern with one end. They're going to try to change it up with 2 ends, but eventually.
Did
Who
you just
knows?
like misprint it? Like what?
No. So like I tried doing it the other way, and I think like I didn't have the space the first time, and then the second time I did it, and it's like, oh well, this works, and it's like, okay, cool. And then it's like I didn't try with the 2 ends, no space. So we'll see if I can do it again, but if not,
You
then
can change
we'll
it.
see. Oh, I know. I just want to see if that name's available. Nobody take it.
No one's.
Nobody take it.
I should tell people not to troll.
Yeah. But anyway, so it's Millennial Tavern with 1 end instead of 2. Catch us on Twitch. Gonna be Tuesday nights, 7:30 Eastern time. And anything else you guys want to show before we go ahead and live?
Thanks for the follows, guys. For those.
Yep.
Yeah.
On the
Thanks for the
guild
follows.
that
Thanks
came
for
over.
watching.
Possibly, depending on if it gets set up, we might have a new stream starting on Thursdays. It would be me and Dave.
It'd be 2 random people, probably from the group. We haven't set that up. We'll throw an announcement on the group on Discord. Just join the Discord and we'll keep you up to date.
For show. But yeah, so we'll be on the lookout for that. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for joining us. We'll be putting the VODs up on YouTube. But have a fantastic evening, and we'll be seeing you guys at the very least next Tuesday, maybe sooner if we end up getting these party vlogs essentially going. So, anyways, take it easy, guys. Have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday night. Later, y'all.
Night.
See ya.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.